July 25th, guys. Welcome to the live I'm Pissed Saturday. And as you can see, I am in my house. I'm not going to be doing my live today in the car because it is hot outside. It's been hot all week. So yeah, this I'm Pissed Saturday is going to be in the comfort of my home, and I'm going to allow the air conditioning to come on to keep me cool. Because the last week I was sweating, guys. I was sweating last week. Let me do some fixing over here. Sorry, my face is all up in the screen here. Yeah, welcome to another I'm Pissed Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Like always, every Saturday I try to do these lives. I try to do these lives between 9:30. I'll start at like 9:30, 10:30, sometimes even 11:30, depending on what I got to do in the morning time, like go to the gym. So yeah, welcome to the live, guys. Welcome on in. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know, where you're from, what state you're from. Let me know how the word on the curb is where you're at. So I definitely appreciate you being on here, and I welcome you to the channel. Like I said, this live I'm Pissed Saturday, I'm not going to be as loud because I am in the house. My son, he's still asleep at the time. And my wife, she's downstairs doing some cleaning and stuff. So you might hear her singing every now and again. So yeah. Live streaming on July 25th. And I'll tell you this, guys, listen, my weekends on my days off, I get Saturday and Sunday off. Thank God. Some people, they don't get the luxury of having 2 days off back to back. Me personally, I believe that everyone should have 2 days off back to back. That'll allow you to refresh. And, it sucks to have to work. And let me get myself comfortable here. It sucks to have to work. You get 1 day off and then you have to go back to work. And, of course, in corporate America here, you'll typically work 5 days out of the week, between 8, 10 and 12 hours out of the day, sometimes even 14 hours. Like the people that work on farms, like our undocumented immigrants or our immigrants that come here for a better life. They work on the farms and they can work 12 to 14 hours out of a day, which Americans are not going to do. There are not Americans going to these farmers and asking for a job and work those fields because Americans don't want to do that. So yeah, it is a capitalistic society. It is a corporation society. And that's why you see that the Congress ran by the Republicans will do everything that they can to give tax breaks to the rich, where us American citizens, us hardworking individuals who go into work day in and day out just for pennies on the dollar. So yeah, that's how it is here. But if you are here, just go ahead and post in the messages. Let me know where you're from. Let me know how much gas is. As you well know, gas has shot back up in Florida. It went down to $3.69. Now it's almost $4 a gallon. And I'm pretty sure come Monday, it's going to be higher than that. So yeah, post in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Give me some thumbs ups. I support the channel if you can. I do this all on my own time. It does take time away from my family, but my family understands that I am a voice out here for independent media because we're not getting that information from mainstream media. They continue to tote the line when it comes to the Trump administration with all the atrocities that this administration does. So on this I'm Pissed Saturday, I'm going to try to keep it clean. I'm going to try to refrain from cursing, but some curse words will be coming out. So just I'm going to let you know that right now. I'm going to let you know that right now because it is an I'm Pissed Saturday. And, I get emotional. Men can get emotional. We can get emotional as well. And it's not the whole feelings thing, feelings over facts. It's facts over feelings. We have 4 more fucking soldiers that have lost their lives because of a war that we shouldn't have been into. We shouldn't have got into. Donald Trump does not care about the military troops. Donald Trump could give 2 fucks about the military troops. He said it himself. Oh, if you get caught, that's on you. This draft dodging, 5-time draft dodging piece of shit needs to get Barron and say, strap up, Barron. You're going to go ahead and listen to the military. While we have parents that are having to bury their children for a war that Donald Trump, Pete Kegsbreath, Marco Rubio, JD Vance, for what they started, along with Bibi Netanyahu. Shout out to Zoran Mondani. I wish he could arrest Bibi Netanyahu, but Bibi Netanyahu is part of the pedophile ring. He is part of the Epstein class. He's got something on Donald Trump to where Donald Trump will do everything that he can to keep Bibi Netanyahu out of jail. All the war crimes that have taken place under this administration, and y'all and people that voted for Donald Trump thinking that Kamala Harris was going to start World War III, that Donald Trump said that she was going to start. Where are you at now? Where are you at now when it comes to 18 military troops, soldiers? And I got some information on that, because we are going to respect the fallen. We have soldiers losing their fucking lives because of a war that we shouldn't have got into in the first place. You had Biden, you had Obama, you had Trump first term, you had Bush. I think you had the other Bush or Clinton. You had Clinton, and you had the other Bush that did not get us into a war. Well, let me rephrase that. They didn't get us into a war with Iran, who does not have a nuclear weapon. I posted a message on Threads, and the message that I posted is that, Congress just passed a $1 trillion bill to continue to fund this war. Also passing the SAVE Act and all this, trying to do some nefarious stuff. You see, the Republican Party, that's what they do. The Republican Party, they try to hide things into bills and then blame it on Democrats, when Democrats are the ones that are saying no. Now, unfortunately, we did have 6 piece of shit Democrats that did side with this. It was what was it? Almost $1 trillion bill, I believe, or 90 billion for no. It was a 90 billion bill. $90 billion bill that 6 Democrats decided that they were going to go ahead and add, funding, and then also having this American Israeli military collaboration, like Israel can get our information. What type of shit is that? No, Congress needs to do their job and say no and push against everything that is taking place with this administration. But unfortunately, guys, in this term, in this administration, we have the Republicans that control the House and the Senate and also the Supreme Court. So Democrats, now please just listen to me on this one. Democrats, even as mad as we can get for the Democrats, fuck you, John Fetterman. But as mad as we can get for the Democrats, we have to understand this, that they have limited power. And I hope that they do not confirm Todd Blanche as the DOJ, as head of the Department of Justice, because Todd Blanche said that he was Donald Trump's lawyer. That's where he's thinking. That is what he's thinking. He is Donald Trump's lawyer. So he's going to do every piece of bidding for Donald Trump to go after and weaponize the government, to go after his political opponents, and then some, and also protect the pedophiles, including Donald Trump, because he is one. That's what Todd Blanche is going to do. So we, as the American citizens, as the voting class, come midterms, come November, we need to take our asses to the polls, whatever we got to do to vote out these fucking Republicans. These Republicans do not care about the American people. They're in it for Israel, and they're in it for corporations and the millionaires and billionaires. And you can see that to this day. To this day, I posted on Threads that these millionaires and billionaires and the Epstein class of PDF protectors, they don't have to worry about going to the grocery store like we do. They don't care about what's going on with this war with Iran, because they know that their stocks are going to be amazing. And they also know that they don't have to drive to the gas pump to get gas to go to and from work every day. They can vacation in Cabo. They can vacation in the Bahamas. They can go to another country, and they don't have to worry about what is going on with our politics here in the United States. The millionaires and billionaires have got to go. We have to have a better system for the American citizens that vote to put people in office, to give people the power to dictate, really dictate. It's honestly a dictation, honestly, because we put people in power that is supposed to work for us. Our tax dollars are supposed to work for us, and they're not working for us. They are working for these conglomerate billionaires and millionaires that these fuckers, they're putting up AI data centers in Texas. They're trying to put up AI data centers in Florida. They got them all over the United States, ripping up our resources. And we have people that are going to these town halls and they're addressing their concerns. And you know what the controlling class of these states do? They say you need to get over it. AI centers are going to be put up. They're telling their constituents that voted them in, that elected them to be in a part of a body of control and structure when it comes to our governmental processes. They are telling their voters that you need to get over it. Get over it. And they're arresting the constituents that voted for them. You see, we are in a class. This is a class war. Donald Trump does not care about our military troops, guys. He does not care about the American people. He don't care about anybody that does not have 6 figures plus 6 commas behind their paychecks. Donald Trump doesn't care about us, guys. And listen, if you come on my channel, you'll know who I am, because I am a Trump hater. I cannot stand the man. The man does not care about his American citizens. He does not care about us. And he does not care about anybody from another country. And that's why we had 160 plus young girls, teachers, mothers, daughters, that he decided that he was going to kill last year. I'm pissed this Saturday. And like I said, I'm in my house today. Usually I'm in the car. It's early. I'm usually in the car doing this live. But, I wanted to be in the house where I'm comfortable. You don't have to see a brother sweating. You don't have to see me wiping my face every 2 seconds because it's hot outside. And I don't want to keep cutting my car on and off when I'm doing these lives here. Listen, guys, if you care about humanity, if you care about life, every person should have a chance to live. If you care about individuals in other countries that do not look like you, you're at the right channel. You're at the right channel. We know that MAGA, they will cut off their right arm for Donald Trump. It doesn't have to. Donald Trump doesn't even have to tell the Republican Party to jump. They will ask him, how high do you want me to jump? They have no moral compass, guys. I do not like the Republicans. They call themselves conservative. They call themselves fiscally responsible. But what do they do time and time and time again when they get power? They rip the money from the middle and lower class and they give it to the rich, and they give it to these corporations, to where these corporations can do whatever the hell they want with their employees. We are just a number when it comes to this corporate America here. We can't get health care. We can't get a sense of living when it comes to how much money we're making, because the bills keep going up. The bills keep going up. But guess what? My paycheck's not going up. And you have these fucking CEOs that get these bonuses. It don't matter if they make a quarter or not. It doesn't matter if they make budget or they go over their budget for a quarter, because they do quarterly reports, right? It doesn't matter if they do not meet their marker when it comes to quarter 2. When they're supposed to make $300 million in that quarter, and they make $185 million in that quarter. You know what they're going to do? They're still going to give themselves a bonus. Yet we are working skin to bone. We are working skin to bone for these corporations, and we can't even get a day off of work. Yeah, listen, I'm pissed this Saturday, guys. I am pissed, but I welcome you. Please post in the comment section, where are you from? Let me know where you're from. Let me know what country you're from. If you're from a different country, let me know what's going on in your country when it comes to Donald Trump and the news that you're getting from what's been taking place since Donald Trump became the 47th president of the United States. There are going to be massive celebrations, and I can guarantee you that these celebrations that take place, man, it's going to be around the world. If you thought the World Cup, when you had Spain, congratulations, Spain. My Spanish brothers and sisters, you think that they were celebrating and told Donald Trump to get the hell out of the way with his dumb ass? Just wait. Just you wait. When we hear the big, beautiful news, I guarantee you, It's going to be blasting. It won't be blasting on Fox News, but you're going to see panel after panel after panel of other countries out in the streets partying like it's 1999 once we get that news. I am pissed this Saturday. But first and foremost, well, not first and foremost, I can't see my chats, guys. I do apologize. I wanna be able to connect with you guys. And I can't see my chats right now. I don't know. This YouTube thing, man, it be tripping sometimes. So I do apologize. If you're posting a chat, if you're posting a comment, I am sorry. I want to be able to respond to you, but I can't see it right now. I don't know if anybody's posted anything. Maybe you're just listening to me rant and all this right now. But, hey, smash that like button. If you want to support the channel, you can do super chats. I do appreciate super chats. I do take in whatever donation you want to give to me, because like I said, I'm independent over here. I don't listen to the DNC when I do my politic news and information. I don't do that. Nobody's going to tell me what to say. If I feel like Chuck Schumer, or if I feel like John fucking Fetterman is doing a disservice to their voters, to their constituents, I'm going to say that. Nobody's going to put a piece of paper in my face and tell me that I need to follow these instructions. I'm going to remain independent because I want to make sure that nobody controls what I have to say. Well, except for, kind of YouTube, you got to be careful what you say on YouTube, even though some people, they get more views, they get more likes, they get monetized better, they get paid more for spouting out racist stuff and being racist and being a conspiracy theorist and a liar. I'm going to give you the information that I get from my research and from my peers. We try to work together to get you the information in the news. So I want to take a moment of silence here. If you don't mind, if you're cleaning or whatever, hey, it's Clean Saturday. But we had 18 soldiers that have lost their life because of this fucking war that we're in. 18 military troops who should not be put in this position in the first place. This doesn't have to happen, and this didn't have to happen. And I can guarantee you this: Donald Trump does not care. JD Vance don't care. None of this administration cares about the troops that we've lost. The family members of these troops are grieving because come Christmas, the person that they want to reach out to is no longer going to be there because of Donald Trump and this fucking war that he got us in. This war was on behalf of It's Not Real. And It's Not Real gets millions and billions of dollars from us. I posted a video, and please watch my videos. Please give me, comment. I'm not going to beg too much, but, we need help here. I need help with my channel because I love you guys. Even though I don't know you, I care for you. That's why I do this. I care for people that don't live in my household. I care for others out there. I care for the men and women out here that are suffering from mental health issues, which a lot of our military troops, when they are done, when they decide that they're going to retire, I don't have an actual percentage, but I guarantee you 75% of our military troops have some type of mental health disorder, PTSD, sleep apnea, manic depression, because of the shit that they have to deal with. My brother fought in the Afghanistan war. My brother was in Kuwait. He was in Iraq. He was in these places who lost soldiers. And he opened up to me 5 years ago about what he's dealing with mentally. I was shocked because this is my older brother. I looked up to my older brother, and he opened up to me and he said that I suffer from PTSD. That's why I drink. I have to use a CPAP machine because I can't sleep good at night because he has sleep apnea. Thank God he's got 100% disability. But military troops, we don't know what they deal with and go through until they open up. And a lot of times, some of our troops are depressed while in the military. Some of our troops are suffering mentally and physically while in the military. And I tell you this, the military troops that we have today, those that are not racist piece of shits, they are definitely suffering mentally because they don't know what the fuck to expect with this administration. We could be in a World War III. And we have Donald Trump that is going to do a buddy deal with Saudi Arabia. And this is the piece of shit that was talking about Saudi Arabia having something to do with 9/11. And now he's buddy with them, live golf and all this type of shit. Donald Trump is making money hand over fist while the American people are suffering and our military troops are going through PTSD, shell shock, and therefore everything right now because they don't care. This administration does not care about life unless you're a billionaire or you're part of the Epstein pedophile. They only care to protect them. They don't care to protect the American citizens. Real talk. So we had 18 soldiers lose their life. This war is illegal. This wasn't even passed by Congress. Yet we got to keep this in mind. The Supreme Court gave Donald Trump full immunity as president. Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, J.D. Vance, none of these guys have that immunity like Donald Trump does. And that's why he's manipulating the markets, where he's doing thousands of stock trades. That's why he's telling people at a rally to go and buy Dell, because he's got millions of dollars into Dell stock. That is illegal. If Joe Biden did that, if Kamala Harris did that, oh, the MAGA will be trying to get the gallows after Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. But now that Donald Trump is doing it, oh, it's okay. We're just going to continue to move the goalpost. We're going to continue moving the goalpost because Donald Trump, he's got to make money outside of being president. If Barack Obama did some type of shit like this and it came out into the news waves, everybody will be going crazy, especially the white racists. They will be apoplectic if Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, definitely Barack Obama. If Barack Obama did any shit like this, they would be going crazy if he did any piece of stock trades. Donald Trump is ripping off the American people, and we're losing military soldiers because of this motherfucker, because of this piece of shit human being. And I don't know why people voted for him 3 times. I tell this story over and over again. I have yet to talk to the guy that I have yet to talk to a once friend who we would started talking about politics, and he voted for Donald Trump. And after the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny doing his performance and him flipping out and complaining about Bad Bunny doing his performance in Spanish, I disconnected from him. I don't talk to him. I have yet to talk to him since February of this year. And I won't talk to him. I won't reach out to him. He showed me his bigotry when it came to Bad Bunny's performance. He showed me his bigotry when he was talking about getting the Hispanic and Latino and Mexican people out of this country because he thought that they were here illegally. Now what we have farmers having to file for Chapter 12 bankruptcies left and right. 2025 was the highest time frame, was the most bankruptcies from farmers. 2025. This wasn't 2024 under Biden. This wasn't 2016 under Obama before he left. This was under Donald Trump's second term, 2.0. Donald Trump 2.0 has fucked over our economy, has destroyed our economy, and it's crashing really fast. Let me proceed with this here because I'm getting up there again. I'm getting emotional again because this hurts my heart that I live in a country where we are not respected. Honestly, I can tell you this. Other countries, besides those countries that are in the bag for Donald Trump, that try to get Donald Trump to do their biddings like it's not real. But we can talk about Canada. We can talk about France, Germany, any of the United Kingdom. We could talk about Australia. They can't fucking stand Trump. And I can't stand him either. Let's have a moment of silence for these soldiers that lost their lives this week and late last week. I'm going to take a few seconds just to be silent because any fallen troop that risked their lives for the United States and, their allied partners that risked their lives for a senseless war, we have to pay them respects. So I'll take a few seconds to have silence, and then I'm going to just give the names of the 4 people that we recently got the news of losing their life to a senseless war. And I'm going to give you their ages too, because young men and women are dying because of Donald Trump. And Elon Musk, too. Let's throw that bitch ass piece of shit in there as well. And this administration, this Trump administration. All right. I'm a praying man, so I said a little prayer for the family. So, you know, I don't listen. I don't dictate what other people do in their life, but this house is a praying house. You know, I don't care what your beliefs are. If you're a good person, I respect you. If you're a person that cares about other people, I respect you. But I'm not going to push my religion on anybody. But I did just say a little prayer there for the family members and the friends of these 4 fallen soldiers. So if I'm not like these Republicans that want to make this a Christian nationalist country. That is not me. That is not my wife. That is not my family. My mother, nobody in my family tries to force our Christianity on other people. We don't. We'll talk to them. You know, hey, do you know about God? That's it. But we're not like Jehovah's Witnesses. We're not like the Mormons that go to houses, knocking on doors, saying anything about God and all this kind of stuff. We're not like that. OK, so black people don't do, you know, a lot of black people don't do that. OK, so if you're not black, we don't do that in our churches. Our churches, you know, not every church is going to be the best church, but the church I go to, we embrace everybody with love. And it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter if you speak a little bit of English and you speak a different language. We're going to embrace you with love. That's what my church does. We don't force anybody out of the church. It don't matter if you're gay. It don't matter if you're a trans person. We don't. You know, we don't pass judgment on other people because, listen, even those that have been vilified, the minority class, the minority group, the gay person, the lesbian person, the person that's, you know, they're trans. We don't sit there and try to judge them. That's not my place to do that. I believe that when I go, and hopefully I have another 40, 50 years, so I can continue doing this and advocating for all people, not just some people. I think God will be happy with that individual as long as they were a good person. You ever heard of the Good Samaritan? We're all supposed to be good Samaritans in the world, in our country. Whatever country you live in, you're supposed to be a good Samaritan. There shouldn't be animosity towards black people. There shouldn't be animosity towards Muslim people. There shouldn't be animosity towards the LGBTQ community. There shouldn't be. But you know what? When we have a bigoted, homophobic, xenophobic, racist piece of shit president in the office, and we have people that throw their hat behind them, the Republican Party, don't come on. I don't want to hear any shit about the Democrats were the ones that created the KKK and all that bullshit. Yeah, they might have created the KKK, but who are the KKK now? Who are the ones that don the Confederate flag? It is not the Democratic Party that's doing it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to share this here. Oh, sorry guys. I'm trying to get this. Change my thumbnail, and I might not have changed my thumbnail, and I do apologize about that. But it should have been my thumbnail should have been you know, this shouldn't have had to happen. I believe that's what it is, but every time I try to send it, it says Thriller. And that was from last week's live. Yeah, I'm sorry if you guys see the thumbnail, I do apologize. We should be in the live, and I can't read the chats, man. This is tearing me up. It's on. Okay, subscribers. Okay, live chat moderation basic. Okay, all right. Let's see what we got here. Let me see if I can change my moderation really quick, and then I'm going to tell you about these soldiers here. Don't hold back. All right. If you are sending the chat, guys, I do apologize. I don't. You know, YouTube's been acting funny. YouTube's been acting funny here lately. They've been suppressing, you know, stuff. So you know how it goes. But the 4 soldiers that lost their lives. We have Lieutenant Tyler James Feehan, 25 years old, of Ewa Beach, Hawaii, posthumously promoted to captain. Okay. We have Sergeant Angel S. Rampersad, 28 years old, of Ozone Park, New York, that lost her life. We have Sergeant Michael Emmanuel Swinton, 30 years old, of Fayetteville, North Carolina, posthumously promoted to staff sergeant. We have Private Isabel Gonzalez, 19 years old, of Carlton, Texas, who lost their lives, who lost her life. May they rest in peace. So we have the youngest person being 19 years of age. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to get emotional here. I do apologize. My son just turned 22. She's 3 years younger than he is. She just graduated high school and she lost her life. Oh, man. Oh. This is what Trump has done to this country. Now, I understand that there are many other people that have been president and there have been people to lose their life. But when you think about it, I am anti-war. I am anti-war. We should be able to come to an agreement and understanding, guys. We should be able to come to an agreement and understanding without having to kill each other. Period. Anywhere, in the streets or in wars with other countries, because they want to control what other countries have, or they want to dictate. And when I say they, I'm talking about the Trump administration wants to dictate. And they're killers, stealers, and destroyers. That's what we have when we have presidents that are trying to invade other countries for power or land and resources. They want to kill, steal, and destroy. That's what they're doing. And they're having our troops losing their lives doing this shit. I'm pissed off and I am emotional. And I am not a man. I am not afraid to cry as a man. If you catch me crying, there's a reason why I'm crying behind it. I am not going to hold back when it comes to how I feel about people losing their lives. We have a 19-year-old, graduated 17, 18 maybe, that is no longer here with us. Her family has to grieve her. If she has siblings, if she has cousins, whatever. These individuals did not have to lose their life, just like the rest of the other 14 soldiers that have lost their life because of Donald Trump. I can tell you this, if Kamala Harris was president, this wouldn't have happened. We wouldn't be at war with Iran for no unapparent reason. Donald Trump ripping up and getting rid of the JCPOA that the black man put in place. The black man put that in place, and we had a great deal with Iran not to mess with them. And we can always go and check on if there's any additional nuclear enriched uranium being made in Iran. But Donald Trump goes in there and he jacks it all up, just like he ruins everything else. Donald Trump, it has blood on his hands. Pete Hegseth has blood on his hands. And that is my First Amendment right to say, in my opinion, to say it as well. These guys have blood on their hands. Bitch ass JD Vance has blood on his hands. Elon Musk's punk ass has blood on his hands. The Republican Party has blood on their hands, as well as those few Democrats that continue to keep voting for these endless wars to take place. They have blood on their hands as well. John Fetterman has blood on his hands. Fuck that guy. We have to be careful of who we vote into office. We need to make sure and double check and triple check if they're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars from AIPAC or any kind of Israeli backed funding. And I'm not knocking. Listen, if I have any individuals that are Jewish or from Israel, I am not knocking you. I'm knocking your government. I'm knocking the government that continues to unalive and take away Palestinian lives and decimating Gaza, a land that Palestinians had. That's who I'm knocking. I'm knocking the government, the IDF, who are continuing to do this. Bibi Netanyahu deserves, no, excuse me, let me rephrase that. Bibi Netanyahu has committed war crimes on top of war crimes on top of war crimes, and he should pay for those crimes that he and his clan have committed. as well as this administration here. Donald Trump has committed war crimes after war crimes after war crimes. And I pray that one or two things are going to take place with Trump. We're going to either get that big, beautiful obituary, like I said, or he's going to get, we're going to get him out of office come 2028, because I would never vote for Republican the way that they are doing the American people, black and brown people, people that are from other countries. I will never vote for Republican. Never. I don't care. If they are not going to do what they're supposed to do for the American people, I don't want it. And if they're going to continue to push hate and division, because they are the ones that push hate and division. But when Donald Trump is out of office, I want the wrath of hell to come after him. I want the government to be weaponized then. And I am saying that because what is Donald Trump doing right now? He is weaponizing the government. He has he said it. He told punk ass Sean Hannity, who thinks he's a Mission Impossible. He thinks he's Tom Cruise on Mission Impossible, talking about how he would disarm a person that's going to rob him. Yeah, right, Sean Hannity. You couldn't even do 10 push-ups. If you think that there is going to be, karma's a bitch. Karma is a bitch. The wrath of justice will come for Trump and his administration. Stephen Miller, thumb forehead. This is Stephen Miller's head. This is how Stephen Miller looks right here. Fucking thumb forehead. Tom Homan, the slurring ass drunk. Fuck all these guys. The justice will come. Best believe we have to be confident that justice will prevail. Justice will come. We have to stay positive about this. No matter all the bullshit, all the stuff that we have hitting us left and right, we have to stay confident. I'm sorry. I wish I could read the chats. I wish that I could read your responses. I do apologize, guys. I can't see it. I don't know. There we go. I see the chats now. Oh, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people left. I am so sorry, guys. I can see your chats now. Like I said, YouTube does this thing where it just makes things funny looking. I don't know. Sid Life. Yes. Sid Life. Fetterman scammed us. So I can see your chats now, guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me. I had mistakenly pushed a button and it disappeared and then it came back. So Sand. Okay, I can read your chats now. But listen, if you want to donate super chats or anything, if you want to do any donating, I do appreciate that. It does definitely help me out. I'm a poor man here. I'm a poor man here. My money is funny. That's what the OGs used to say. Money funny, man. So I'm going to read a couple of chats, but if you want to do a super chat, thank you for any donations. If you guys have donated, yeah, hopefully you can hear me okay too. Let me make sure my mic is good. But I'm gonna read a couple chats. But if you like to donate, I do appreciate that. And also hit the thumbs up button, please. Boost this channel, help this channel out. I do my best to try to provide as much and as good information as I can. I know sometimes I do repeat myself whenever I'm talking on my videos, but that's just, I got to work on my etiquette when it comes to doing my videos. But yeah, let's see here. Tesla mastermind. You used to support that bitch ass Trump. He is the worst thing that's happened to us. Yeah. Hey, listen. At least you waking up. At least you are one of those that are waking up, because we got people out here that are not waking up. They are deep into the code. Like I said, they don't even have to ask Trump how high they need to jump. They'll just start jumping like a fucking rabbit. There isn't two parties, only one agenda. Red and blue make purple. The wrath of God will come for both parties. One agenda will wake up all hate. I feel that. Yep. I feel that. You know, unfortunately in America, there are two parties. There's no green party. There are two parties. There's the Democrats and the Republicans. There's the party of Bernie Sanders and AOC, Jasmine Crockett, and some other great Democrats, Jamie Raskins. And then there's the party of Ted Cruz. You know, you have, hell, what all the Republicans on in Congress, dumbass Lauren Boebert. You got some nutter butters over there. Mike Johnson, Tom, what's the other dude? Tom Tillis. Yeah, Rand Paul, that piece of shit. Rand Paul, I have to give it to him. He did a good job with trying to get everything exposed. Well, not Rand Paul, Thomas Massey, excuse me. Rand Paul's a piece of shit too, guys. So best believe Rand Paul's a piece of shit. I don't know I don't know why Kentucky gets these dumbass, terrible people. James Comer, Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky, so I can say that. You know, I lived in Kentucky for, let's see, 2000 until I lived in Kentucky for 15 years, so I can say that. But it won't let you send a super chat saying I mean, if you can send something, I appreciate it. But you know, yeah. Did you have that kid when you were 5? You look 27. Thank you. Hey, listen, I try to keep up with myself. But yeah, saying if you can't donate right now, I mean, become a member, become a channel member. I do have some videos out on my membership. So if you can't, just become a channel member. I appreciate any support. The channel membership is $1.99. If you want to be a channel member, I am going to start doing some members videos before I release them out. So members will get the first dibs on watching the videos and everything. But yeah, black don't crack. That's right, baby. That's right. I'll be 45 in August. So I'll be 45 next month. I'm going to proceed here because I don't want to get emotional again, but I might. Okay. So, if you're human, you're going to be emotional. Like if you're human, you're going to care, you're going to cry. And I did have that spell right there because we have precious. These people they lost their lives. And I know that there have been many of people who have lost their lives in war who were 18. I mean, hell, we got Russia and Ukraine going on right now. We have people losing their lives. Day in and day out. But I'm talking about this was self-inflicted here by Trump's administration and by Donald Trump and the dumbest person that is the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. We have the dumbest diversity DEI hires. Didn't earn it. These are didn't earn it individuals. We have the worst administration that I've ever known. The worst. Parents, if you have children, to my parents, my people of color who have children, my black people, this is for you guys here, okay? And listen, if you're not black, please just understand where I'm coming from, because there is a history of black people being attacked in America. There is a history of black people being kidnapped in America and sold to other people in America. So please just hear me out if you are not black or if you're not a person of color, because this is for you guys here. Nolan Wells, we already know about this, the case with Nolan Wells and more information coming out in regards to Nolan Wells' autopsy. And we know that there are some nefarious things going on. We know that there's some shady shit going on with this whole Nolan Wells case. Protect your children, okay? My son, he likes to go out to us like he has friends. Thank you, San. I appreciate you. All government is evil. Look up Venetians and Jesuits, Freemason. Prince Purple Rain, he told us. I got you. Prince Purple Rain told us that. Thank you for the super chat there. I appreciate it. I love you. Thank you so much. I hope you are taking care of yourself. I hope everything is well with you. But please look it up, guys. Look, just if you can screenshot, I don't know if you can swipe the screenshot or anything, but take a look at the Venetians and Jesuits with the Freemasons and just look into it. They're The government is not, it's like this big class of individuals who have the power, and they talk behind closed doors. You ever seen, there was this movie that came out back in like the 90s called Skulls. And I'm gonna just tell you this briefly, then I'm gonna press on about Nolan Wells here. But there's this movie called Skulls, and Skulls was about a prestigious, predominantly white university. Okay, and this predominantly white university, there were, I'm not going to give up the movie, but there was a frat that several guys was trying to get into. And this frat was a frat that had, they had money. They was a very powerful fraternity because they had the lineage part of it. They had the generations that were part of this frat that had money, but there was a secret. There was a big secret in this movie Skulls. And it was a very interesting movie that I had watched back in the day. Back in the day we had VHS, so you had to record movies, and DVDs. We don't have DVDs these days, right? But yeah, something happened with this group of boys in a fraternity, and there were some things that were unfolding in Skulls, in the movie Skulls. And basically all I can say is in this movie is that it seems like the government is like that. Like it's one big ass corrupt fraternity that go behind closed doors and they do their biddings to say, how can they fuck up the American people and people around the world worse than what they are doing? And I can tell you this, Elon Musk is part of that. He's probably one of the head honchos when it comes to it, because I can't stand the man, and the man should be locked up for life for his crimes against humanity. He should be locked up for life for his crimes against humanity. And I feel like Elon Musk, I feel like the pressure's coming and get into the ketamine dream dude, the pale vampire-ish looking, ill body built piece of shit person that he is, that always keeps trying to impregnate these girls. I'm sorry, if you are letting Elon Musk get in between your legs, you have very low standards and a terrible, you don't have morals. Basically, you do not have morals. You look more at the man's dollar signs than you do at what he is as a person. All these minions out here of Elon Musk, yet he wants to talk about the single parent households. He's creating single parent households quite often. You haven't seen that little demon X, have you? I haven't seen him around. Elon Musk fucked up the economy. He fucked up the American citizens as well as people around the world with got a USAID. And now Elon Musk is saying he shouldn't have got too much into politics. The heat is coming. The heat is on. The heat is on for Elon Musk and the rest of them too. Oh, I can't stand Elon Musk. There are so many people in this administration that has a punchable face. I don't try to be violent, but listen, Elon Musk can get it. But back to Nolan Wells, hearing the news about Nolan, his throat was missing, some of his organs were missing. I hope Ben Crump can really crack what's going on. And we need justice for Nolan. We need justice for all the black people, the black and brown people that have been unalived when they're with a circle of people that don't look like them, and the people that they're with don't know what the hell's going on or what happened. And here's something for Brandon Tatum. Please clip this here. I'm not going to call him officer because he's not an officer. He don't wear a badge. Here's a message for Brandon Tatum. Please clip this, guys. Clip this and send this to his punk ass. Brandon Tatum, Sambo soldier. Brandon Tatum, you are a piece of shit. You do not represent the black community. You don't care for the black community. You pander to white racists. Back in the day, you having your wife that you have, you would not have had your wife because of what black and brown people fought for when it came to civil rights. And you are sitting here interviewing Nolan Wells' friend, so-called friend, because I don't think a friend would allow me to die without me knowing some shit or fought for me. You're sitting here interviewing this piece of shit dude who is trying to bend and twist everything and talk about this and that and the other. Motherfucker, you are a piece of shit. You are a disgrace to the black community. You are a disgrace to the any person of color in this country that black people fought for to have the rights to be here. And I can tell you this, back in the Jim Crow time frame, you having the wife that you have, the color that she looks, you wouldn't have had her, because those white racists would have been chasing you down the street and looking for the biggest tree and thickest tree to put you on. Brandon Tatum and people like Brandon Tatum that are black men or black women or Latino man, Latino woman, or Muslim man and women that are trying to pander to white supremacy are not part of the group that is trying to fight for everybody's rights. Brandon Tatum is a piece of shit clown. He's a dumbass. He is one of the type of people that you will never hang with. And that's why his family's disowned him. Because I heard that his family don't even mess with him. Because you know why your family don't mess with you, Brandon Tatum? Is because what you look like is not what you represent. That's why. Somebody please clip this and send this to his punk ass. This dumbass dude that's sitting there doing an interview and going over to that little flat ass island or whatever in Mississippi, trying to concoct something like, oh, well, you know, hey, Nolan was out here. Here's the little, and then you got these boats over here. Fuck that. Fuck Brandon Tatum, his piece of shit ass. If that was his child out there, I can guarantee you he'd be singing a different tune. I can guarantee you that. But you know what? Listen, guys. Protect yourself. Protect your kids. Talk to them. Meet their friends. Get to know their friends. My son, his friends up in Kentucky, his friends, we've met them. We've talked to them. I'll be damned if my son is another victim like Nolan Wells is. As a parent, as a father to my 22-year-old son, who has white friends that he goes out with, he drinks with, you know, they go to the bonfires and stuff, you know, they go out to little rave parties or whatever. If I find out that something happened to my son, oh, me and my wife are taking a road trip and we're not flying, if you catch my drift. I'm going to go and see those boys and their parents. But you see, when we have Brandon Tatum, the piece of shit punk, when we have a Brandon Tatum that's out here trying to make it seem like it wasn't what it was with foul play, you get him to go and interview one of the boys and they talk about Nolan and all this bullshit, making it seem like these boys are innocent. When they get a judge for a parent or a lawyer for a parent or a parent that has some type of position to cover it and hide shit. To hell with that. Brandon Tatum did a disservice for the black community, and we got to continue calling these people out. Because if they're not going to advocate for their own kind, guess what? When the shit hits the fan and it's a civil war, guess whose side they're going to be on? We got a lot of Stevens out here that are part of Django Unchained. We got a lot of them. That's what Malcolm X talked about. We got a lot of house Negroes out here that we need to shun. Anytime you see this person, you say, you're a piece of shit. You're a terrible human being. And for Brandon Tatum's family to disown him and not associate with him, I commend his family. The only family that Brandon Tatum has is this side. And guess what? When they want to turn on him, they're going to turn on his black ass. Piece of shit person. Candace Owens, all these black people that said for people to vote for Trump and they talk so bad about Biden, where are they at now? You still have some of those clowns out there like Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum is a raccoon. He is a clown. Thank you, Lord Black is back. He is a freaking clown just like Candace Owens. And guess what Candace Owens is trying to do? Candace Owens is trying to show face with the black community. I am not no dumb dude. You're not going to be able to fool me. Candace Owens is part of that raccoonery as well. And she is not invited to the cookout. We need to stop telling people that they're invited to the cookout or getting excited because, oh, Candace Owens is going after Trump. Candace Owens is saying this and that about Trump. Tucker Carlson just did a truth bomb on Trump. No, 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 no. They are playing a game. They know how to play this game. I'm not stuck on stupid. I'm not stuck on stupid. The black, so I'm gonna listen, guys. If you want to do super chats, hey, I will respond to super chats. The chats keep flowing in, and the super chats first come first serve. I'm not gonna lie. This is a business for me. I gotta be able to promote my business there. But any person of color, any person that is gay, any person that is lesbian, anybody from the LGBTQ community, any person who is black or Latino, or they have the Muslim faith, any of these guys saying that they're conservative, any of them saying that, you need to ask them why. The conservative party don't want them in the party. Just like the Muslim guy in Texas, they said if you do not convert to Christianity, you are not welcome here. Why would you want to accept or try to be in a party that they don't want you in? Why would you want to try to be in the in crowd? You see, I'm man enough to realize that if somebody don't want me, they don't want me. Therefore, I'm gonna keep it pushing. If you look at the Republican Party and the Democrat Party, you can see where there is unity at. It's not with the Republican Party. You can see diversity, and I mean a massive thing of diversity, right? Like when you look at the Democratic Party, and I'm more of an independent than I am a Democrat. I vote for Democrats because Democrats have done better for my people and for the economy in comparison to voting for a Republican. You got to think about these things. I'm not going to always vote for a Democrat because guess what? They can shift, just like they did with the party alignment. When the Democrats turn to the Republicans and the Republicans turn to the Democrats, that shit happens. But if you look at the Democrat Party, and we can use the House and the Senate as an example, you will see diversity, better representation in the Democratic Party than you will with the Republican Party. You have old ass white men in the Republican Party. Old ass geriatric white men and women, mainly men, that are dictating and passing laws and passing bills that are enriching the richest people on earth, that do not need an additional tax cut that's taken and coming out of my pocket. It is time to realize that these conservatives, when they say that they're fiscally responsible, and every time you look at a Republican president who has a House and a Senate, you see that the military budget continues to increase without the Pentagon passing an audit. The Pentagon has failed 8 audits, guys. But when you see a Republican in the party, they add to the national debt, trillions of dollars to the national debt. Donald Trump is getting ready to add 10 to $15 trillion to the national debt. He's already added $1 trillion to the national debt, and we're not even 2 years into his administration. Said, I got you. Yeah, I got you. That's why. Yeah, I got you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got you. There's one party. Now, I do have to disagree, Sam, and I do apologize for this, but the Democratic Party, if you look at the history of the Democratic Party, they have created more jobs. The black unemployment has decreased. I won't say it decreased significantly, but it's decreased enough. There have been more businesses created in the United States. Children are getting fed. So I have to disagree with that. Wage increases are better under Democrats. Hell, everything is better under Democrats. The alliances with our allies are better with Democrats, even though you may think that they work with one same agenda. I have to agree to disagree because, they do try to work for the American people. The Republican Party has been in office for over 500 days, and not one thing has benefited the American people. And when they passed or tried to pass the Housing Bill Act, they had to wait because Donald Trump did not want to pass the Housing Bill Act. That the Republican Party with what's our girl's name? the woman with the glasses. I forgot her name. She was a Democrat that actually helped draft the bill. Um, I forgot her name. I'm sorry, brain fart. But she drafted the bill with some Republicans. I think Thomas Massey was one of them that also drafted the bill. And Donald Trump didn't even sign that shit because he didn't care about the housing. He said that he does not want a nuclear weapon in Iran, which Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon that they cannot confirm that they've obliterated. Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. But Donald Trump will tell his dumbass MAGA base that there is a nuclear weapon over there. And you notice with the Republican Party, each one of them, they told the same words. Iran doesn't need a nuclear weapon. We are avoiding Iran from having a nuclear weapon and putting that or attacking the American people with it. The fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Bullshit lies. Bullshit lies. Straight up. Yep, Lord. Hey, I'm gonna respond to this, but yeah, y'all hit me up with a couple of dollars, man. I'm like the dude on the street now. I'm like that person on the street. You know, we bought a gas station so we can try to get us a 24-ounce Bud Ice. Hit me up with a couple of dollars. Let's see here. All our wars and debt come from Republicans. It's truly Republican history not caring for the American people. Exactly. So basically what the Republican Party does, especially with Donald Trump, is they repeal laws and protections, because you see what's happening with the explosive diarrhea that's taking place. They deregulate. That's what they do. The Republican Party deregulates. Some of our forests are being knocked down to add these AI data centers in places, or building other businesses, which, you know, construction is very low. Construction is slow, especially here in Florida. Especially here. What they do is deregulate so corporations can buy up the land to either build housing that is going to be rented and not sold, or build up these AI data centers that is destroying Mother Nature. That's what they're doing. That's why you see people pissed off. You know, people are pushing up against this whole AI data centers that are being built up all over the United States. But guess what? The Republican Party pushed for it not to be investigated and messed with for 10 years in the big ass ugly bill. See, people don't pay attention to it, but the Republican Party did that because they know that, oh, if we build this AI data center, what we can do is we can get this AI data center up and we can continue getting this AI out here for millions of people to lose their jobs in America. That's why these AI data centers are not creating jobs. They're creating construction. That's what they're doing. When you build that AI data center, guess what? They're not going to keep your ass there, because all it is the artificial intelligence that's going to be doing the work that the people were supposed to do. That's exactly what's happening. That's why you have people losing their jobs in the tech industry. You have we have individuals that lost their jobs in health industry, in health insurance. Unfortunately, I work in health insurance. We've had people lose their jobs because they are implementing artificial intelligence to be communicating with individuals. Brother, got to take a swig, man. Got to take a swig. Nolan Wells, protect your kids, guys. I can't say that enough. If you have Black children and you are in a predominantly white neighborhood, or if you have white children, like I said, people don't get offended. Please do not get offended. My ancestors had to fight for me to be able to be on this platform and use my voice. Please do not get offended. But if you have Black children and they are around people that don't look like them, you make sure you get in their business. You make sure you get to know them. You make sure you get to know their character, know what they are, who they are, and you let your child know. And please don't. I get tired of seeing. I get tired of seeing my people who pander to white supremacy as well. because they got money, you know, the money, and they're in a great neighborhood of white folks and all this kind of stuff. And they pander to white supremacy. So they have this mind frame thinking that, oh yeah, being in a more black neighborhood causes a lot of issues for black people because they steal and all this bullshit. Let me just defeat this narrative right now. My family, my wife and I, and my two boys, my oldest son, he lives up with his biological father and works up there with his other siblings. My oldest son and my 9-year-old and my wife, we live in a mixed community. It is honestly, it's like 50% black, 50% white. And we all get along over in this neighborhood. We are in a blended neighborhood. We have black neighbors down the street. We have them across the street from us. If you're in a predominantly white neighborhood and your son or your daughter hangs out with the majority of white people, get to know those family members, get to know those kids, and check their heads and their hearts. Nolan Wells should not have been left alone out there on that island. If you are a true friend, you'd be like, nah, homie. All right, so you're going to be over here? All right, cool. I'm going to check on you here in a little bit. There is some shady shit going on with Nolan Wells. There is some shady shit going on with that, honestly. Oh, there was a super chat to come in. I don't see it yet. Politicians. Oh, thank you again, San. I appreciate you. You're on the road today. Everybody gets saying some likes over here. Politicians get a salary of $300,000 a year, but are millionaires. None of them care about us. We can't even afford housing. You are absolutely right, my sister. You are absolutely right. They do not care about us. These politicians, okay, let's just touch on this really quick, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about Nolan and his friends, or they're not his friends. Trust me, they're not his friends, because I'm going to tell you about that. I'm going to tell you a quick story about that afterwards too, okay? But you're absolutely right. So just think about this, guys. We can't even get health care. But these politicians, like, where the hell is Mitch McConnell? Where the fuck is he at? Where is Mitch McConnell? These politicians get to fly. They take more vacations in a year than I've done in my lifetime. In 2025, the Republican Party that controlled the House and the Senate, especially the House, would recess day in and day out to prevent from the Epstein files to be released. They would take 4 and 5 week vacations, maybe even longer than that, especially during the Christmas time frame. They were the least productive. The Congress, controlled by the Republicans now, were the least productive in 2025 of any time in history. They passed the least amount of bills in 2025. Would you imagine that? Yet our tax dollars continue to pay their salary. Our tax dollars continue to pay Grinder Mike Johnson. Grinder Mike Johnson, for him to recess the House and Congress. And you know what? Democrats would stay back. I'm not going to knock all of them, because some of them would stay, some of them would go. But they would stay back. And they would talk about, why are we recessing? We have a bill to try to pass the Affordable Care Act and extend it because it was sunsetting, and the Republican Party would recess. Mike Johnson would call for a recess for 3-4 days out of the week. The hell is that? And our tax dollars are paying for them to travel. When they use their American Express card that they get from the government and our tax dollars, we're paying for that. We're paying for Mitch McConnell's health care, but we can't get health care here. And our premiums have increased. We can't even get housing. Every single human being in the United States should have a home. They should be in a house. And you know what? Y'all gonna laugh at me. Y'all gonna get me for this one. We got people out in the streets that want to be out there, right? This is gonna be some dictator shit talk right here. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna force them to get in the house. Like, here's your house. If you want to be outside, go out and be outside. That's fine. But here's where you can lay your head at when it's 105 degrees outside here in Florida. We have people under viaducts over here
on the underpass in the shade, and it's freaking hot. And we got homeless individuals dying from heat exhaustion, dying from dehydration. But Congress, they can take break. They can go and leave. They're on recess right now. They're on recess. Grinder Mike Johnson. Ooh, I can't stand that man. Louisiana, if I got any Louisianians, if I got anybody on here from Louisiana, please get Jeff Landry. Please get Mike Johnson. They do not need to have any power. They do not. None of these Republican governed states need to have power. They should not. We need a blue wave, the biggest that is aired around the world. We need the midterms. Please vote. We need the midterms. We need the presidency in 2028. And I hope, guys, I'm sorry. He's been mighty quiet lately. I hope the candidate is not going to be Gavin Newsom. California, I love you. I love Cali. I love San Diego. I love California. I'm not going to move there. You guys pay 5 cents for every bottled water. Y'all pay an extra 5 cents for plastic bags over in California. I love y'all. I'll come and visit. But Gavin Newsom is a corporate Democrat. He's an established, I feel like he's an established Democrat. He talks a good game like John Fetterman did, with John Fetterman talking about he's a progressive and all this kind of stuff. And then you see he said, oh, I'm going to leave the Democratic Party if we don't fund Israel. Bye. He's a Democrat in name only. He has been working for the Republican Party since he got in office. And I'm not going to listen. I know he had a stroke, but I'm not going to put that on the stroke. John Fetterman is working for the Republican Party. And we have some others that are working for the Republican Party as well. Oh, man, saying I know that he's been going through some things mentally. I feel bad for his family. He is not the man that I thought he was going to be for Pennsylvania. He is not. He is not the man that I thought he was going to be for Pennsylvania. Congress gets the best health care. Congress gets to fly all over the place. Cancun cruise. You know, Cancun cruise bought tickets for his wife, his daughter, and his daughter's friend. And he was going to be taken off to Cancun, Mexico, whenever there was a freeze that took place in Texas. It was like, I think it was one of the worst freezes that they had in Texas. Yet he was going to pack up and he was going to leave. And supposedly it was animal abuse too, because I think he was leaving his dog there when hundreds of Texans lost their life. I think it was hundreds of Texans lost their life after that freeze. And he was going to leave his dog at the house. You know who was there? Boots on the ground. You know who was there? Boots on the ground to give water and try to help out there in Texas when Texas had that freeze? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. AOC was there when Ted Cruz was supposed to be there. Beto O'Rourke, they were all, trying to pass out water bottles. They were all trying to help out over in Texas and show face because Ted Cruz decided to take his punk ass and his family and try to leave. Ooh, man, he's got a punchable face too. I'm going to name off some punchable faces real quick, and then we're going to keep pressing on here, guys. But yeah, hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. And if you want to support your boy, I appreciate it. I thank you so much, guys. I definitely do. But let's go on some punchable faces here. I think I'm going to do videos. I don't know, because I don't know how much trouble I'll get if I say punchable face, but let's go off some punchable faces. Somebody post in the chat who they feel has a punchable face that when you see them, you're like, oh, I just want to punch them. Post in the chat. I'm going to give you a couple of mines. But yeah, I'm going to give you a couple of mines that I feel like have a punchable face. Like I always, I play football. You can see my jersey back there. I play football. I was a triathlete. I like to play football, I ran track and field, I played basketball. I like to do it all. I like to do it all, to be honest with you. You know, whenever we would go against our opponents, my coach literally said, this was back when I played at University of Louisville, John L. Smith. He told us literally, whenever we were going against, especially University of Kentucky, the Wildcats, he said, I don't give a damn if we didn't throw the first punch, everybody need to go out on the field. I don't care. We need to throw, everybody need to go out on the field. I want to see everybody fighting to take care and protect your family. Because on football, when you play football, your teammates, you might have bouts, you might have back and forths and everything, but that's your family. That's who you are going to be playing with against the other team. And if they start shit, you better go out there and you better handle business, whether you get your ass kicked or not. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you're going to fight it out. That's what you're going to do. Donald Trump has a punchable face. Oh my goodness. Woo! I don't condone violence, but I'm just saying this is something to have fun. We're going to have fun with this. I'm not a violent person, but let me tell you this. I know how to defend myself. I know how to defend myself. Yeah, let's just keep it like that. There's been many times I've gotten to it in the club when I've been drinking. I've been drinking. My wife, being a girlfriend at the time, I fought at the club a few times. She's like, what are you thinking about? Why are you doing this? And my best friend, he's in the Navy. I love my boy, man. I pray that he's okay. I've been trying to reach out to him. So pray for me and my boy. I'm not going to give his name because I don't want to, get him in any kind of shit or whatnot. But she's like, I ain't never seen this side of you. You need to calm down. She's like, she was kind of nervous because we were just dating at the time. So she ain't really seen this part of me. And my boy was like, man, I was trying to hold him back. He was like, he's about to fight me. Strong tail. He said, I'm sore over here because he was holding me back and stuff. Because I was 87 hot. I was hot. But anyways, sorry, let me check my mic. I don't start shit, but I will defend myself. And trust me, I don't back down from a fight. If you talking shit, I don't care how big you are. I'm 5'9", 203 pounds. Yeah, I don't care how big you are. If I get an ass whooping, I get an ass whooping, but I'm a hold my own. My older brothers used to beat up on me and my younger brother all the time. Let's call it abuse, child abuse. But they used to beat up on us all the time. They're like, this is getting you tough. So when you get out there, you can take a punch. Plain and simple. Boom. Lord Black is back. Post that again, man. I saw it. Stephen Miller absolutely has a punchable face. So here is it. We're going to spend a couple minutes to say who has a punchable face that, you can even say Democrats too. Just give me somebody. Punchable face. Boom. You just want to pop them, even though you're not violent. You know what I'm saying? We gonna say it, but we're not gonna do it, right? We just gonna say who has a punchable face. Who else has a punchable face? Post in the comment section. All right, so let's go off of this. Ladies, if you're on here and you have a female that you want to put on a list, by all means, have at it. This is not geared towards the man, but I would not put my hands on a woman personally. So that's not what I would do. I have my wife do it. Stephen Miller, absolutely. Stephen Miller, definitely. Tom Holman, Pete Hegseth. Pete Pete Hegseth's my age. He's like 43, 44. He's my age. Pete Hegseth is my age. This dude, I don't know what it is with these racist ass piece of shits, but his hair, he's got a lot of gray hair unless he just colors it gray in certain areas. You ever notice that about Pete Hegseth? Like he's another punk ass frat boy looking type. His hair is always slicked back and it's gray. Like some of it's gray. I don't, like I said, I don't know if he's a blonde gray or whatever, but man, dude, and he couldn't bench press and all this kind of stuff. Punchable face. Let's see here. Stephen Chung. Is that his name? Stephen Chung. Woo! Wee. You ever seen him? You ever see those big old those little round blow up things where you can hit it and it'll come back to you and it's like round? It's like not round, but it's like an egg shaped type. That's Stephen Chung. That's how Stephen Chung looks. He's like an egg shaped type of dude. And you can punch on it and everything, and it'll come back to you. Yeah, that's Stephen Chung. Taco, my boy. What's up, my man? Oh, okay. So everybody say what's up to Taco here. Everybody say what's up to Taco. And if you haven't hit the like button and subscribe to the channel yet, please do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Holla at your boy. Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller was known to be a racist ever since high school, people said. Isn't he from Florida? Isn't Stephen Miller from Florida? Taco, help me out here. I think Stephen Miller's from Florida. Stephen Miller, he's a puny pipsqueak. He's a freaking punk. His family should be embarrassed for him. He's gonna get it too. The hands of justice will come for Stephen Miller as well. Ian Roger. Okay, I got you. I'll use code, baby. I'll use code. Stephen Miller is a punk. He's a punk. But let's go. Who else has a Tucker Carlson for sure. Tucker Carlson definitely has one. He's got one of these. Bow, 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 bow. That's Tucker Carlson too. That's Tucker Carlson. We got Brandon Tatum for sure. Brandon Tatum definitely has one. Nick Fuentes definitely has one. I'm talking about wow. But you know, like I said, Myron Gaines, this dude, Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit. This dude is you know, you got a lot of man babies out there. Myron Gaines, he tries to cook so hard for white supremacy, and they told him they didn't want him, and he still does the shit. He's got one of these. He's got a boom. Myron Gaines is a punk. Matter of fact, Myron Gaines, I believe that he's a closeted. I think he's closeted. I think he's really closeted. And that's why he has so much hate in his heart for people of color. And he has so much hate in his heart for minorities because he's closeted. He can't stand his own skin, for one. But, you know, he looks like a clown whenever he's talking badly about the black community. He looks like a clown when he talks badly about the Latino community. And the white racists, they laugh at him like, this freaking idiot. He's an idiot. He's definitely got one. Anybody else got a punchable? Like a lunchable. Punchable. Anybody else got a punchable? Come on now. I know we got some more out here. I know we have some more punchables. Tom Homan. Mark Wayne Mullen. Woo, yeah. Marco Rubio. JD Vance too. Smoke eyes. JD Vance. He definitely has one as well. And we're talking about JD Vance is JD Vance was on Joe Rogan's show. And anybody that listens to Joe Rogan, I have one of my coworkers listens to Joe Rogan. And I'm like, you do what you do. You do what you want to do. But Joe Rogan's a piece of shit person. I don't like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan pity-patted diddly-dallies with JD Vance because they're buddy-buddy. I said, Joe Rogan's just as bad as the rest of them. He's a pedophile protector as well. Joe Rogan really tippy-toes because he's He's paid. He's paid. He is probably getting some money from the government, from Donald Trump and JD Vance, not to push the envelope when it comes to the Epstein files. I think he is paid to keep quiet, honestly. Stephen Miller's from California. No wonder why he can't stand Stephen Miller. Okay, thank you, Taco. Good to see you, man. It's been a minute. But I appreciate you, man. This is one of my moderators here. Everybody say hello to Taco. Taco Velez. But Joe Rogan had JD Vance. I think it was for like 3 hours. Somebody said. I think I was watching Young Don Reacts. Please check out Young Don Reacts channel. Let me give a shout out to some of my brothers out here and my sisters that's doing the thing when it comes to just speaking out politically in education too. Young Don Reacts is one. Antonio Talks, Coach D Speaks, Afro Think Tank, The Conscious Lee, Tabitha Speaks Politics, and Tabitha, the real Tabitha Speaks Politics. That's my girl right there. That's my sister. I got some more out here. AT2. Give them some love, guys. I'll try to post their channels and everything, but please give them some love because they're trying to do. They're doing great things for us. They're trying to educate. They're trying to get people and keep people informed about politics, Black politics. The amazing Lucas. Please support our channels because we need more people of color speaking out. I got a Latino brother that does stuff too. Rico, I think it's Rico something. I think he's in California. He's Latino. He's a good dude, man. He's speaking up for everybody. He's speaking up for the Black community. He's speaking up for the Hispanic community, letting us know that yes, we do have the Spanish and Hispanic community that is racist towards the people that are closer to them, and it doesn't make sense. His name is Rico or Ricardo. I'm going to post their names after this. I'll do a post of the shout out. Political Drain. Please take a look at these Black content creators and people of color content creators because we need us out here, man. We need us out here to unify because Black people have been telling everybody not to vote for Donald Trump. Project 2025 is real. Black people were saying that and nobody wanted to listen. And now it's too late. I won't say it's too late because we still got the midterms. We got the midterms and we got 2028 presidency that we need to get out there and we need to vote. The Republican Party is scared. They are scared. Back on the punchables. If we know anybody else that's a punchable, please post in the comment section here. All right. So hit the like button, support the channel, super chats, super thanks, whatever you want to do to support the channel. I greatly appreciate it because I do this not only for myself, I do this for you guys. And my wife, if you hear any noise in the background, my wife is actually doing a Saturday clean. She woke up and said it's cleaning time for summertime and it's hot as hell outside. So if you hear the vacuum running, she's got her headphones in, you hear the vacuum running, she's cleaning. I'm gonna help her here in a minute because she don't like doing the bathrooms. I don't mind. I mean, I am grateful to be able to clean as well because I'm a cleaning man too. All right. So listen up, guys. I got some information here that I want to put out for us to understand and know and be aware of because inflation is going to skyrocket, guys. And I'm not trying to fearmonger, but it's the fact. It's the truth. When the attacks on Iran, where Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth decided to kill young girls back in February, you saw how quick gas rose, right? Gas skyrocketed. And our prices at the grocery stores skyrocketed as well. The cost of goods, buying clothes, buying shoes, it increased that also. Okay. So from The Guardian, and this is what Pete Kegsbreath was trying to do in regards to asking for more money from Congress for a war that Congress did not agree with, or excuse me, did not approve. This is a legal war. So this money that they're getting is illegal. If they're going to give our Secretary of Defense, I don't call him Secretary of War, just like I don't call the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. I don't call it that. From The Guardian, the U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth told the Senate on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, that the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran had cost $37.5 billion so far. They started a war in February. We are in July. And all the stuff that Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth, Jared Kushner, Scott Bessent, Howard Lutnick, Brooke Rollins, RFK Jr., all these individuals, we've only, not we, because I'm not part of this. I don't approve of war. They have spent $37.5 billion tax-paying dollars, and it's only been 6 months. It has only been 6 months, and they have already exhausted $37.5 billion of American taxpayers' dollars on a war that shouldn't have happened. A war that shouldn't have happened, that another country that only has 9 million people that reside there started. It's Not Real doesn't have even a percentage. Excuse me. We have over 350 million people in this country, and It's Not Real has 9 million people in their country, and we give them billions of dollars every year. I did a video on that. Please watch that video. It's what happened in 2025. I said that kind of weird because we usually say 2025, right? I said 2025. Man, your boy is thinking here. I got y'all thinking on that one. So he faced lawmakers, and this is Pete Kegsbreath, the SAer as well. He faced lawmakers furious over conflict soaring price tag and the deaths last week of 3 American service members. It was 4 American service members lost their lives because of this senseless war, this war that we're not winning. The economists have said, and former generals have said that the United States is not winning this war. The Iranian people are standing firm and strong when it comes against the United States. And I love my country, and I don't want my troops to lose their life. I do not want that on behalf of another country. Have we heard anything about an It's Not Real soldier, an IDF soldier losing their life in this war with Iran? Have we heard anything about that? No. What we're hearing is that Israel is bombing Lebanon, and they're taking land from Lebanon, the Lebanese. That's what they're doing. They're not losing soldiers for a senseless, illegal war that Donald Trump and Bibi started, that Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, George Bush, even though George Bush is not smart, did not allow to happen. That's the shit that we're in now, where the Strait of Hormuz is closed and the Bab el-Mandeb is closed. These are routes of where oil is supposed to go globally. You think Donald Trump gets respected? Every country who is affected by this, like the United Kingdom, where their gas prices are super high. Look at the United Kingdom and how much they're paying for gas. Look at Germany. Look at France. Look at some of our UAE countries where they got oil there, right? But look at our UN nations. Let's look at Canada and what Canada is doing. Canada said, fuck America. We're not going to buy your liquor there. We're not going to buy your whiskey. We're not going to, you guys rely on us for energy, right? The United States rely on Canada for energy, and Donald Trump is trying to impose a tariff on global warming that's happened and natural disasters that happen in Canada with their fires. Donald Trump is dumb. He's an idiot, guys. I don't understand how anybody would vote for this man a second and third time and then think that he lost the election. He won the election of 2020. Donald Trump did not win the election, guys. He did not win. He lost 60 court cases, even with him trying to steal the 2020 election. He sold the American people on a lie. And now that we're in 2026, he continues to talk about it without arresting anyone. Usually when you find somebody in doing fraud, you're going to arrest them, right? We haven't heard of any arrest to take place of fraud. Donald Trump keeps telling these idiots out of idiocracy, he keeps telling them that the election was stolen and that they're going to come out with whatever it is. And then he blames China. But guess what? He changes course. See, y'all got to pay attention to Trump. He will say something just like he blamed China for COVID. He blamed China, but then when he got next to Xi Jinping, he was like, Xi Jinping is working well with us to try to get COVID together. And he continues to tell individuals that the 2020 election was stolen and building everybody up with this 2020 election was stolen and China stole it. But then he says, well, you know, that was a long time ago. What the hell is he talking about? He said that China did some nefarious things to steal the election for Joe Biden. And then he said, oh, I think they learned their lessons. No, because he knows Xi Jinping will call this shit out. And I wish Xi Jinping would do that. But Xi Jinping is sitting back and he's saying, oh, here we are. Here's China. Xi Jinping is sitting back like, we are the top nation now. We are the top country now. Donald Trump is continuing to allow America to burn. And we're going to sit back and we're just going to look at the flames fuel. That's what Xi Jinping is doing. Vladimir Putin got his own shit to worry about. Vladimir Putin can't say, oh, we the top country now. We're the top nation, because Vladimir Putin's getting his ass kicked by Volodymyr Zelensky over in Ukraine. And they are having their catastrophes as well. They're having their issues as well because the Ukrainians, shout out to the Ukraine, Viva la Ukraine, Viva la Ukraine, something, whatever it's called. I can't even talk. But the Ukrainians are standing firm. I know this is a war that they did not want, but they are holding their own. And Putin, he doesn't like that. Putin is getting handled. Yes, Donald Trump had his cult members. He incited an insurrection for something that was not stolen and then pardoned them. And some of them have been put back into the jail systems for many different crimes. Donald Trump wants his cult to believe that the 2020 election was stolen, and he's going to continue to say that. And we're already in 2026. He had a whole year last year to come up with evidential evidence that the election was stolen, and he could have been arresting people back last year. He could have been arrested last year, and he's not arresting anybody because it was a fucking lie. It was a lie, and the truth is not in Donald Trump. Donald Trump cannot tell the truth, and he won't apologize for anything. When they were bringing the soldiers out of the AC-130 in their caskets, and you had, you know, our Defense Secretary Marco Rubio, and you had JD Vance, they all had their heads bowed, you know, memorializing the troops from coming off, from losing their life. Donald Trump was like this. Da, 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 da. Oh, well, how many holes am I gonna go golf today? Now I'm gonna have Secret Service around me. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure. Oh, I need to call Saudi Arabia and say, you know, hey, we're going to work out a deal with you know, working on a nukes plan or an Abraham Accord, and so I can get some more money from Saudi Arabia. How much oil money did I receive from Venezuela? Yeah, I'm continuing to steal from Venezuela. That's what Donald Trump was doing. Donald Trump doesn't care about the troops and them losing their lives. He called them suckers and losers if they lost their life. He said the war that he had to survive was catching an STD. That's what he said. His Vietnam War was trying to avoid catching an STD. This motherfucker did not strap up and go fight in Vietnam, where we had soldiers losing their lives in Vietnam for a war that should have been started either. That was his way of saying that he was in a war. He tries to steal valor from any troop that lost their life. He is the stolen. Oh my goodness, this man is terrible. And yes, if you're on my channel, I am a Trump hater because I cannot stand the man. The man does not take care of his own people. He does not fucking care. He cares about just keeping other people rich, enriching the rich. That's what he does. He continues to enrich the rich, like I say over and over again. Where my wife and I continuously had to pay money hand over fist to buy groceries and put gas in our vehicles. We're spending more money now on energy. We received our electric bill, and oh my goodness, the highest that it's been. Energy prices are up. So I have some information for you guys here. So please believe I brought my notes. I'm trying to do a better job with bringing notes on my lives just so I can tell you where I get the information from. I don't want to ramble and filibuster like, you know, these geriatric piece of shits like Trump do, without giving you some meat to everything. So couple things here. If you're just now coming on the channel, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, post your comments, and I accept any donations or memberships. Become a member. All right. So according to The Economist, okay, Trump has a net negative approval of 23%. Black people have the highest disapproval on Trump. Okay. So let's say here's the level of disapproval. Up means the most, down means the least of disapproval, right? So black people, we way up here. And guess where Hispanics are at? Hispanics, my Latino brothers and sisters, y'all need to pay attention. Y'all need to pay attention. Y'all try to get too close to white supremacy, and they don't want you here. They don't want you, period. They don't want to understand the Spanish language. They don't want to listen to the Spanish language. They want you only to speak English. The white supremacists do not want you here. So y'all should be on the same level as Black Americans because they are illegally taking out and killing Latino brothers and sisters, killing them by ICE. Y'all need to be up here too, but y'all are here. This is the disapproval rating. Here's where y'all are at. Here's where black people are at. We completely dislike Donald Trump. And y'all are here. That's what the graph show on The Economist. You can look it up. Look on The Economist, Trump's approval rating. Why the hell are y'all not up here too? Y'all should be up here with us. Y'all are people of color. My Hispanic brothers and sisters, my Asian brothers and sisters, anybody that is not pure Icelandic white, you guys, listen. They are racially profiling the Latino and Hispanic community. They are killing innocent individuals, one in Maine, one in Houston, Texas. Countless people have lost their lives because of this administration that are from Hispanic countries, Venezuela, Cuba, Colombia, El Salvador, Mexico. They are killing, they are hunting and killing my Hispanic brothers and sisters from Maine to Florida to New York to Minnesota to California to Oregon. They are doing this, guys, and y'all are still here when it comes to the approval of Donald Trump and the Republican Party, where the black community is here. We are fed up with this administration. We are here. Y'all are here. We highly disapprove of what Donald Trump is doing with his administration. It was Kristi Noem back then. Now it's Mark Wayne Mullen now. Y'all understand this, my Cubano, my Venezuelan, mi amiga, mi amigo. Y'all, please understand this. Kamala Harris wouldn't have been out here hunting you guys down. Kamala Harris wouldn't have been out here taking you from the construction sites and the farms and trying to put you in a concentration camp. Kamala Harris wouldn't have been at the courthouses when you're trying to get, you're trying to report because you have documentation, but it needs to be renewed. Kamala Harris wouldn't have been doing that. Y'all need to be, the Hispanic and Latino community need to understand that even though y'all want to vilify Black Americans and Black people and think that we are inferior, y'all have another thing coming, because who is attacking you? Who is going after you right now? Black people fought for everybody's rights here who came from another country. If your parents came here and you were born here in this country and your parents are from another country, thank Black Americans. Thank my ancestors for you getting here and being here. Vivek Ramaswamy, his bitch ass, he has a punchable face too. And I don't care if I get shadow banned or whatever. YouTube, listen, please be on the good side of good people talking and voicing their opinions about the direction of our country. So that's my plea out to YouTube. But anyways, Vivek Ramaswamy, this piece of shit don't know anything about the Black community. If you don't know anything about the Black community, you shouldn't be talking down on the Black community. Keep our names out of your fucking mouth. Keep our names out of your mouth, because if it wasn't for the Black community, your bitch ass wouldn't be here in America. Vivek Ramaswamy talking shit about the Black community being on welfare. Let's do a little bit of history check. Who are the people that are mostly on welfare in America? They don't look like me. Who are the people that are struggling more than Black Americans here in America? They don't look like me. The Black farmers, the farmers that are owned by Black people, they're not crying for a bailout. You know why? Because Black Americans who own something here in America learn ways to be able to salvage their farms, learn ways to be able to get their construction or try to continue to keep their businesses going without the help of the government. That's what Black Americans had to learn. But Black Americans, my ancestors, paved the way for Vivek Ramaswamy to be here, for a fucking Myron Gaines to be here, for a Stephen Chung to be here. My ancestors did that. For the Marco Rubios to come here and be here. We paved the way. And my Indian brothers and sisters too. Because I can't knock out my Navajo, and I can't knock out my Cherokee, my Blackfoot, my Seneca Indians brothers and sisters here. I can't leave y'all out of the equation either, because you guys, my pure Indian, the ones that are on the reservations here in Arizona and Nevada, over on the west side, my Indian brothers and sisters here fought too. They fought in world wars with white people and Black people. If you don't look at the history of the Indians that are here in America, do you know that there are Indians like my grandmother that actually mixed race with the Black American, with the Africans here in America? And that's why you have Black Americans that have a certain percentage of Indian blood in them. Mine's is Blackfoot. My wife's is Cherokee. There was an alliance with the African slave and the Indian that was captured and made a slave. The white man wanted our women. The white man wanted the Indian woman because they're voluptuous and beautiful with the silk, beautiful hair. The white man wanted the African woman, sexy, curvy, hair like wool, thick. The white man lusted for it. Look at Thomas Jefferson. What did Thomas Jefferson do? You know who it was? Hispanic community. Donald Trump's rating is terrible, but y'all need to despise the Republican Party because they clap for the man. They are clapping for Donald Trump. You know, when he comes up, they're all standing up there clapping and everything. You know, whenever he's doing a little speech or whatever, you see all those racist Republicans standing up, clapping for a man that is allowing for people to be illegally deported, put in concentration camps, not fed, terrible irrigation, terrible sanitation. I can't even talk sanitation. Women are being violated by ICE people. Hispanic women are being violated. Hispanic men are being violated. They are doing this. This is the Republican Party, and they are doing this. This is not Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris would have never done that. The Muslim people over in Dearborn, Michigan, Kamala Harris would have never done that. My Palestinian brothers and sisters that are losing their lives in Gaza and over there in Palestine because of Bibi Netanyahu. But people thought that Kamala Harris, because she said that, you know, she would try to continue to keep Biden's rule, but I don't believe that. I believe that she was lying there. She just wanted to save face, because I honestly believe that she would have been in Bibi Netanyahu's ass and told him that we are going to remove funding if you continue to decimate Gaza, because Biden would no longer be there in her ear. Where's JD Vance at? How come we don't hear anything from JD Vance about Gaza and Palestine? Free in Palestine. We don't hear anything from JD Vance about that. But we had so many people over here in America that the Black Americans helped to get here, that are from Dearborn, Michigan and other areas, who said that Kamala Harris wouldn't have done any better. There's a fucking lie. Look where we're at now. We don't even hear about Gaza anymore, do we? We don't hear anything in the news about Gaza and what's taking place. You know, where are my Palestinians at now? Where are my people saying free Palestine and vote for Jill Stein? Where are they at? Where are they? Where are they? Because black people were telling them, you vote for Donald Trump, he's gonna put another Muslim ban on your ass. You vote for Donald Trump and you vote for Jill Stein's ass, who's in the bag. Where is she at too? You vote for Donald Trump and Jill Stein, guess what? There's going to be beachfront property over there in Gaza with Jared Kushner. Anyways, let me press on. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. So there's a chart on The Economist, right? And this chart is for all the states in America that disapprove of Donald Trump. You know, the states that don't disapprove of Donald Trump and what he's doing, they're either in the gray or they're like dark gray. So there's a color scheme on the disapproval on The Economist and the approval of Donald Trump. After 500, Donald Trump's been in office for 500 some odd days. And we still have people that approve of what he's doing. It blows my mind. But you got to think, these states are deep in the cult. Like, these states are people that if they had it their way, they would have no people of color in America. And America would completely fall and be destroyed. America will become a third world country if it wasn't for black and brown people to help build this country. Black Americans, our ancestors, built this country, and then everybody else came in to continue to build this country. Shout out to Zoran Mamdani. But there were 4 states that still approve of Donald Trump. Do you know what? Give me one state that you think still approves of Donald Trump. You'll be. I don't know. There's 4 of them here. Post in the comment section. What state approves of what Donald Trump is doing after 500 plus days of him being in office? See, exactly. See, so let me say this to Taco really quick, because I think you and I, we've communicated about this before. He said exactly, I'm part Taino from Puerto Rico. I'm part Native American. Trump supporters have no right to tell me I need to be deported. Now, I'm gonna tell you something about that, Taco. So I got some Puerto Rican brothers and sisters I be working with. So I'm working on my Spanish here because I love the language. I love my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters. During Bad Bunny's halftime show, like I said, I told this story before. I was watching the Super Bowl with an acquaintance now. They're not a friend. And his wife at his father's house. Now his father, he's got money. He had this huge screen TV. I mean, it looked like a 90-foot screen TV. And when Bad Bunny was doing his performance, I loved it. It was in nothing but Spanish. The only thing that was in English was when my girl, dang, what's her name? See, I'm drawing a blank. Y'all got me going over here. Not Gwen Stefani, Lady Gaga. When Lady Gaga was singing the Bruno Mars song that she had with Bruno Mars, that was the only thing in English. Ricky Martin was out there. I just loved the aesthetics and everything. He was like, they should be singing this in English. He was like, how come he can't sing that in his own country? I said, well, he's from Puerto Rico. He's from Puerto Rico. And he said, okay. I said, Puerto Rico is part of U.S. territory, so he is American. Shut him right up. He couldn't say shit. He was mad because Bad Bunny was singing the performance in Spanish, and I know some Spanish. Yo comprendo español bien, pero yo hablo español un poquito. So I can speak it well. I mean, I can understand it well, but I'm working on my vernacular when it comes to the Spanish language, right? So he was ticked off that it was in Spanish and he couldn't understand it. But when you're listening to music, you're going to just kind of like, you're going to shake your head and everything because it's the music. It's not sometimes it's the music and not the words. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to hear the words to like a beat. You don't have to hear the words to like samba or reggaeton. You don't have to, you can just rock your feet, you shake your legs, you can move around and stuff, even though you don't understand what they're saying. I do that a lot when it comes to some of the rap music I heard these days. Well, that was the icing on the cake for me to cut this dude off for his bigotry, because Bad Bunny's performance was amazing. It was my top 2 performances that I've loved recently was the Bad Bunny performance. Well, there's 3 of them. Sorry, there's 3. The Bad Bunny performance, the Kendrick Lamar performance, and the Weeknd performance for the Super Bowl halftime show. I loved those 3. There's more probably, but I can't keep up with every freaking Super Bowl of this time frame. I love those. Yeah, so Bad Bunny, people were pissed off about Bad Bunny going to do this performance thing. Donald Trump's administration was going to send ICE over to the Super Bowl. If anybody that was coming from Puerto Rico or anywhere was going to have ICE there, so, my Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters couldn't go to the game or whatever. He was trying to do all this shit under Kristi Noem at the time and Tom Homan. I don't know why Tom Homan's still there. The dude took $50,000 in a brown paper bag, and it still hasn't been investigated on because we have a corrupt Trump. But anyways, yeah. People said that Bad Bunny need to be deported, but he's part of the U.S. He's an American citizen just as much as he's Puerto Rican. Shout out to you, Taco, man. Yeah, Black people, people of color, my Hispanic brothers and sisters, my Puerto Ricanos, my Cubans, we have Indian heritage in us for a particular reason. That comes from the Mayans too. The Mayans were Indians. But anyways, let me continue to press on here. Man, Taco, I appreciate you being here today. Thank you so much. I'm very humbled for everybody that is subscribed to the channel. I'm humbled for everybody who, supports the channel. Sad, wherever you at, I forgot where you at. Thank you for the donations. I do appreciate that. So inflation is hitting us hard here in America, right? Inflation is hitting us hard. Beef is up 22%, but Donald Trump said he destroyed inflation. Chicken is up 2%. Donald Trump said he destroyed inflation. Coffee is up 22% as well. 26%. Coffee's up 26%. But Donald Trump said that we're in the golden age. This is what Donald Trump has said. Orange juice is up 26% in America. I like me some orange juice. Anybody know how to freshly squeeze some orange juice? Because my wife do. But them oranges are expensive. Produce is expensive. Bread is up 5% in America. But we're in the gilded age. We're so hot. Donald Trump has dementia. This man keeps saying that we're so hot, but he can't even remember the person's name that's sitting next to him whenever they come to visit. Like Keir Starmer or Mark Carney. He can't even remember who the person is sitting next to him. The man is unwell, and the Republican Party hates it, and they're hiding it. They wanted to talk about Joe Biden being unwell. Joe Biden ran the country. Joe Biden didn't run the country to the dirt. We had the fastest GDP growth. GDP has shrunk here in America since Donald Trump got in office. We had the lowest unemployment rate since the pandemic with 2.9%. Donald Trump shot that back up to 4.1%. Now it's down to like 3.8% or something like that under Donald Trump. Let me go on to this here. From Yahoo Finance, guys. From Yahoo Finance. Electricity services, okay? Listen, energy services rose by 6.7% in 2025 per reportage by the BLS. That's like their business side. Thanks to higher energy demands in 2025 and an increased cost of individual utilities. You know, when these AI data centers started to be built up and everything, it started to cost us a lot more money because of Donald Trump's deregulation. So when Donald Trump deregulated with the Republican Party, that's where energy started to increase because of these data centers. These data centers are not only allowing for people, not only having people lose jobs, these data centers are sucking up the resources to where small businesses are having to close because they have a high-ass electric bill. Because they cannot pay a $3,000 electric bill and they're not profiting off of the products that they're selling because of inflation so high. So it's like a double whammy for these individuals. Look up West Virginia. Look up West Virginia's electric bills for small businesses and why they have to close. You can find that. I think there was it Democracy Now or something like that. But you can see that these data centers are not. They're causing a lot of issues with even small businesses. House products, guys, listen, house products, paper products, higher pulp costs and logistics expenses are mostly to blame for the 5.5% increase in paper products, paper towels, toilet paper, etc. Prices are increasing because of Donald Trump. But, you know, I posted on Threads and somebody said that it's a lie. Things are way better under Trump than they were under Biden. And I said, get out of the cult. I said, somebody drank the Kool-Aid. I said, quit lying to yourself. I said, you're a PDF protector because these are what these people are. They're PDF protectors. They're pedophile protectors that anybody that said that they wanted the Epstein files released before Donald Trump was president and that Donald Trump campaigned that he was going to release those Epstein files. These people were on thinking that Donald Trump was going to hold these people accountable until they found out that Donald Trump was all in those Epstein files. Then they're like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. This ain't true. This is not true. Somebody has mistakenly put Donald Trump in the Epstein files. When we know that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were good friends for decades. We know that they were good friends. I don't want to hear anybody saying that Donald Trump he reported Jeffrey Epstein to the CIA or the FBI. Donald Trump reported him to the CIA and FBI because he knew the shit was getting ready to hit the fan, because he knew that something was going to take place with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell being convicted of the crimes that they did. And Donald Trump wanted to try to save face and act like, oh, well, wait a minute. Oh, my goodness, I am in trouble. Let me see. Let me fake like, I reported to the FBI about Jeffrey Epstein just so people can think that I actually was an informant. Donald Trump is a dumbass piece of shit. He wasn't an informant. He did not inform the FBI and the CIA. He was trying to cover his ass. And I hope and pray that the women can get justice and Donald Trump be held accountable. Every single person that violated women on Lolita Express or the Epstein Island, Howard Lutnick, I'm talking to you. Elon Musk, I'm talking to you, need to be put under the jail. These women need justice. And Todd Blanche, the piece of shit that he is, I hate these people, man. I'm getting emotional again. Like I said, it's an I'm pissed Saturday. I do my lives on Saturday, and this is all pent up in me. These individuals, these millionaires and billionaires that violated young girls at the time that they are still out here in the streets. Protect your kids, protect your girls, protect them at all costs. Protect your children, talk to them. Let them know that if you feel uncomfortable about anything, please come to me. Please come to us. Young girls should not be violated. Young boys should not be violated. No one should be violated against their own will. Donald Trump was Epstein's good friend. And it was only that they broke up because of a house. That's what it was. It wasn't because of what Jeffrey Epstein was doing to young girls at the time. It wasn't because of that. It was because of money. It was because of a house. Howard Lutnick is a liar. Howard Lutnick is a thief. His sons, as well as him, Donald Trump and his sons are ripping us off, and they're getting contracts. They're getting contracts to where they're playing this shit in Kalshi and all this kind of stuff, and they're enriching themselves while we are getting poorer and poorer in America. They are in the game. They are in the club of thievery and PDF protection. I got something else here. Household machinery, coffee machines, refrigerators, etc., especially those used in the kitchen and laundry room, increased by 5.6% because of the tariff-related cost jumps and the supply chain slowdowns. I couldn't even say supply chains. Hold on. Supply chain slowdowns. I can't even say it. Man, that's crazy. Somebody say it with me. Supply chain slowdowns. I got to say it slow. I mean, the brain, I guess the brain isn't computing fast enough for it. Supply chain slowdowns. So not only are we paying more for fuel to fuel up our vehicles to and from work, or getting groceries to, try to cook a dinner, or even going out to eat, we're having to pay more for appliances. We're having to pay more for, let's say your washing machine breaks down and you got to get a new one. And you can't get it used because it's never guaranteed that a used washing machine is going to work just as good than a new one. You're paying more money. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Donald Trump, for the golden age. We're so hot. We're so hot. We're the hottest country in the world. Everybody wants to be like America. No, they don't. America is the laughing stock of the nation, of the world. People do not like America. You heard, when the French or whatever president of FIFA or whatever his name is, Infantine or whatever, that piece of shit person. Whenever they were going to be handing the FIFA World Cup trophy over to Spain, right? You hear my Australian brother, shout out to Australia. I love Australia, beautiful place. Gold Coast, Sydney, beautiful place. Beautiful, beautiful side country. They were mocking Donald Trump. My German brothers and sisters, I will be going to Germany one day. That is a bucket list goal for me. My German brothers and sisters. I know you guys will never forget the past in World War II, but I know that you guys are trying to do better with people. I know you guys are trying to do better with people. Well, my German brothers and sisters were mocking Trump. The world is mocking Trump. The world is mocking Trump because he is a terrible, evil individual. Dan the man. Argentina. Listen, Argentina. If I got any Argentinians on here, man, what the fuck is up with y'all, man? What the fuck is up with y'all? I know y'all got Javier Milei as y'all like president or whatever. I know y'all got Javier Milei out there. Y'all got poor sportsmanship. And I knew that Lionel Messi was from Argentina, but I didn't know that I saw the little brawl that took place, and Lionel Messi, it wasn't good sportsmanship, but Lionel Messi was like trying to get the dude in trouble from Spain, and Argentina started it. I had a guy in college. His name was Augustus. His name was Augustus, and he is from Argentina. I didn't know y'all get down like that. I heard the history of black people being in Argentina, where you guys tried to eradicate my people, which I wouldn't go to Argentina. The history in regards to y'all racism and what y'all did to black and brown people. I don't know. I don't think I can respect people from Argentina like that. For real. Y'all show y'all bigotry and racism to people that, and y'all hit the Nazis too. But Argentina, I'm glad that Spain won. Let me just put it like that. Great job to my Spaniards. Good job, Spain. You know that they speak Portuguese? They don't. Their Spanish language is different. Oh no, that's Brazil. Sorry, they do speak Spanish. My bad. It's still a form of Spanish, but Brazilians speak Portuguese, which I just learned that a few years ago. But yeah, Spain. Hey, listen, I'm gonna come join y'all too. I'm gonna come hang out with you guys over there once I start learning more Spanish. Taco, you gonna have to help me out, amigo. Help me. Ayúdame, Taco. But anyways, I got some more stuff to talk about. But listen, if you're here for the first time, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Please support your boy. If you got anything you want to donate, become a channel member. Watch my videos too. I posted a video last week. I think it was last week, earlier this week or last week, Save America, why Donald Trump is so afraid that he's going to lose in the midterms, because it is a loss for Donald Trump. We have to get out and vote. It is a loss for Donald Trump. If the Democrats can get the House or the Senate, I'm praying for both. I'm praying that the Democrats get the House and the Senate and let the impeachments begin. Because Donald Trump will be impeached. He can't be removed unless J.D. Vance was to jump on board to remove Donald Trump. But he can be impeached at least. At the leastest. I'm going to use incorrect language, English language here. At the least, Donald Trump can be impeached if the Democrats can get the House and the Senate and let the investigations begin. When James Comer and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Nancy Mace with her cuckoo for Cocoa Puff self were trying to do this investigation on Hunter Biden, and they wanted to do an investigation on Jack Smith, and they had them come and sit down before a congressional hearing. I want to see that with the Democrats winning the House and the Senate. We have to vote, guys. Check your registry. We have to vote. We need to go to the polls, and we need to vote out every single Republican that we can. I am in Florida. I will not be voting for Byron Donalds. I will not vote for James Fishback. I will not vote for a Republican in Florida. Byron Donalds. I saw an ad. He did an ad on the TV. I'm on YouTube, and an ad pops up with Byron Donalds' his bitch ass on the screen. Punchable face. And Byron Donalds was talking about he's going to be, making Florida affordable. He was going to, try to make housing affordable. That is a lie, guys. The Republican Party does not care about the American people. They are not going to make things affordable for us. That is why you see that our prices have increased under Republicans' rule. The Republicans in the House and the Senate continue to fund Israel and take money out of our pockets and clap for Donald Trump on an economy that is destroyed. I'm going to tell you, our economy is destroyed. It is not good here in America right now. And we need Democrats to get it back. And I want investigations. The Trump family needs to be investigated. Barron Trump is a multimillionaire, not because of his own doing at 20 years old, I believe he is. He's a multimillionaire off of the crypto scam. The Trump brothers, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, Beavis and Butthead, they are strong. They are not strong. They are not strong. Excuse me. Freudian slip there. They have more money. They are multimillionaires, not because of their own doing, but because of what they are doing with these military contracts to where the money gets diverted back to them. Got to check my mic, make sure it's still on. Donald Trump made $2 billion last year alone as president. Stealing our money, stealing Venezuelan money, going to try to steal Cuban money. He is robbing us blind while getting $400 million plane from Qatar. Getting a $400 million plane from Qatar that our tax dollars are having to spend to upgrade it. That's what Donald Trump is doing. Howard Lutnick's sons are enriching themselves because they're part of, they handle banking. I need the Democrats and Donald Trump needs to be convicted. The Trump family, with Ivanka Trump trying to buy an island in Albania, excuse me. I said Albania, and the Albanian people are pushing against it because they don't want any kind of Trump name over there in their area. And I feel them on that. They want that island to be for the flamingos only. There needs to be trials on top of trials on top of trials for this administration. And if the states can't go out, if the federal government can't go after Trump because he has immunity, right? There has to be a state crime that he committed. There has to be. All right. Ian Roger, what's up, my friend? Yeah, I got you. If you want it, I'm gonna read this here, guys. But yeah, do me a favor. Listen, super chats, yours come priority. So if you want to donate $1, $2, whatever it is, I'll read your super chats before I read any of the other chats. Okay. So, if you want to donate, I definitely appreciate it. But I'm going to read this one here. And this is talking about the data centers. Please, you may take heed to this stuff, man. Take heed to this because people, black people were warning about the destruction of what Trump was going to do if he became president, and people did not listen to it. So November, people voted for Donald Trump. And here we are now with AI data centers. They don't care. The people, the representatives of the state do not freaking care. And especially in the red states, they're like, man, shoot, knock over this house here. Let's build the AI data center here. But I'm going to read this here. If you want to see how much data centers are going to cost you, watch Sean Ryan interview Aaron Brockovich. It will blow your mind. I mean, I'll have to. Sean Ryan, is he a good guy? Is he a person that cares about people? Or is he a conservative piece of shit person like Joe Rogan who just lets JD Vance talk about how he's a conspiracy theorist and all this bullshit? Because I don't rock with that. I don't rock with that. I want people that's going to be telling the truth, but I also want people that care about humanity as well. Both of those comes 1 and 2. Tell the truth and care about humanity. Because what Donald Trump is doing, Joe Rogan did a disservice to his watchers, his Spotify listeners. He did a disservice to those individuals, and they continue to keep pushing the propaganda and trying to get away from Donald Trump being in the Epstein files and being known by, hey, Katie Johnson literally said that Donald Trump, she gave the name, Donald Trump, as well as Jeffrey Epstein and these other people violated them. So I hope you're on the good side, man. I'm on the correct side of history. The MAGA individuals that have the Make America Great Again hats on, that have the Trump was right about everything hats on, they're on the wrong side of history. History is repeating itself, just like World War II, Nazi Germany. It's repeating itself. However, we are stronger together to push against this terrible administration. We are stronger together because it is about the collective. Black people, white people, Asians, Hispanics, the LGBTQ community, the disability, we can push against the Trump administration and their racist, fascist regime. It is a regime, guys. It is a regime. The power that they have is from we the people, and we the people can push against them right now by voting in the midterms out every single freaking Republican out of office. Get Democrats to start running the states like Florida. We need a Democrat here in Florida. So I am telling you this right now, right here, right now. The Democrat that I am looking for is going to be one that's going to help the country, help the state. So I got my eyes on, I'm looking at David Jolly, but I don't know. I don't know. I need to see more of what he's willing to do for my Floridians here in the Sunshine State. Because Byron Donalds is not the best choice for Florida. I'm not just one person that don't pay attention to politics and I say, oh yeah, I'm going to just vote for the black man or the black woman without knowing what they're about. I know what Byron Donalds is about. He's going to be no different than Ron DeSantis, because Ron DeSantis is a Trump kisser too. He kisses that booty crack. Byron Donalds is going to do the same freaking thing. However, the only difference that you have between Ron DeSantis and Byron Donalds is Ron DeSantis is a black Sambo. He's a racist to his own people. Ron DeSantis is a racist, period. I feel sorry for their children, man. I feel sorry for their children because the hatred that Ron DeSantis has against black people here in Florida, they pass that on, man. Hate is taught. Parents teach your children how to hate. They do. Yeah, some people can be swayed by their peers and stuff like that, but it first starts in the home, guys. Hatred starts here in the home. What we teach our children is what they start to learn, and then it's continued to be picked up out in the streets, out there when you're at a party with your white friends and they're talking about how terrible black people are, yet they've never been around black people. Yet they've never had the experience of going to a black person's home and hanging out with that black friend or that black person that they want to talk about badly. They got the black friend that they didn't know that the black friend has a mother and father in the household that have a college degree and a nursing degree. That's what they do to black Americans here. Black people, there's always a spotlight on black Americans, black men and women doing some type of crime. And that's what the white supremacists think about black people, period, without never facing a black person, without never getting the experience to be around black people. I'm telling the truth, man. I'm telling the truth. You can hate it or love it. If people get offended about this black man saying that, I don't give a damn, because you know what? As my black body is right here, I am talking and speaking up for everybody. But the white supremacist speaks up for white supremacy. They don't care about the gay community. Like I said before, they don't care about even their own women. Black Americans, descendants of slaves, descendants of African slaves, Indian slaves, because we got a mixing blood now. Black Americans care about everybody, but the white supremacist only cares about white supremacy. They only care about an Aryan nation. Michael Marble, whenever you get off here, you can try to go in and subscribe or type my name in. I know that YouTube's been acting silly. Earlier I couldn't see my chats and I bagged out some way and I popped back in and then my chats popped up. So I know there's been some issues with YouTube. A lot of people have been talking about it. I do have a Substack that I don't get on there because I don't know how to use it just yet. Life be lifing, man. Life be lifing. But I appreciate you subscribing though. I thank you so much for that. I'm humbled. I am a humbled man. If you were here earlier, I got a little emotional about the soldiers that lost their lives. So, you know, some people were like, man, he started crying like a bitch. Anyways, oh, man, don't y'all just love that Andrew and Tristan Tate got arrested? You see Andrew, you see Andrew Tate and them penny loafers, them high ass capris, them old tight capris with his tube legs. I hope the worst for him, boy. I hope the worst. My boy Reese Waters, please check out Reese Waters' channel. He do an amazing job. He do amazing work. There's so many other people that do great job. And I'm talking about like Monty Mater. Monty Mater, she provides updates. Amazing person too. These people, man, they are on the correct side of history. And you know, I advocate for my black and brown people, but I love when I have people that are white. I have people that are Hispanic. I have people that even Asian that advocates for us as well. And advocates for white people to pay attention to black people and listen to black people. We wouldn't be here in this situation if people listen to black people. Taraji P. Henson even said it. Project 2025. Kenan Thompson even put it out there. Project 2025. Yet people still wanted to vote for the 34-time convicted, held liable to sexual assault, lion, con thief, artist, faked his own unaliving attempts multiple times. You know, we don't hear much about that, do we? But I love it for Andrew Tate. I love it for Tristan Tate. Shout out to United Kingdom. Shout out to you guys. Hopefully they are extradited to UK for the things that they have done to women. I don't know why people follow such terrible men. Like, I don't know why young men, young boys, y'all don't have the confidence enough to be a man or a better person. Y'all have to listen to fucking Andrew Tate and Tristan Thompson. I mean, not Tristan Thompson. Oh, he's a piece of crap too. But I'm talking about Tristan Tate. Why do you guys listen to Andrew Tate? Y'all should be listening to me. To me. Listen to me. If you don't like what I have to say, I respect that. However, I do not respect the person who follows or supports or tries to listen to somebody of Andrew Tate's ilk. I don't. Hey, you got people defending Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. These guys are scum. They've done some terrible things to women. My wife and I, man, I get all respect for my wife. I love my wife. I will never disrespect her. We communicate. A weak man doesn't know how to communicate with a woman. A weak woman doesn't know how to communicate with a man and try to get on the same common ground. Why do we have to control the other person? Huh? That's my question. Why do we have to control the other person? The other person should be willing to be with you, you know, because they care about you and love you. I would never control my wife. That's not how it was brought up. That's not how it was built. I would never allow my wife to control me either. We have respect for each other. We got these young men that think that, oh, top G. Need a Bugatti. I got my Bugatti. Who gives a fuck about that? Those are material things. Material things are not always going to be here. You got people, young men, that think that they can listen to Andrew Tate and that they're going to be this, you know, of course, they're a male chauvinist, by chance. That's right, City Life. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, City Life. Top G. You got these young men that listen to like Nick Fuentes, who is a virgin, who talks about women and all this kind of stuff. Like, dude, you're a fucking virgin. And then you got Andrew Tate, who these guys listen to, who think that Andrew Tate's going to give them the best advice on how to speak to a woman or how to treat a woman. And these dudes, guess what's happening now? Because they're a weak man. If you had to force yourself on a woman, or you have to force your woman to do specific things, you are a weak ass man. Weak woman too. Let's put women in there as well. I don't want to be sexist here, but women do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Top G. Now he's about to be bottom G in jail. And I hope that he gets his ass clanked up and sent over the water to United Kingdom, because they coming for that ass. United Kingdom's coming for that ass. But now listen here, guys. Listen here. If there is something that takes place with Donald Trump having a hand, just like he did whenever they were in Romania, of the Tate brothers not going to United Kingdom, every MAGA person should stop being a MAGA immediately. You will have your definite answer, your final answer, that Donald Trump is guilty within the Epstein case, because he is. He is. Donald Trump is guilty. In my personal opinion, I believe that Donald Trump was doing the same shit that Jeffrey Epstein was doing. That's my opinion. That's my First Amendment, honest opinion, right to say. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, I am glad for you. I don't know why people listen to these type of individuals. They are not helping the society. They are not helping man to be rich and get rich. It's a pyramid scheme, man. This stuff that they do is a pyramid scheme to get them rich, not your bitch ass. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. Let me back up. I'm acting like I'm talking to people that actually support Andrew Tate on here. I know you guys don't. I was saying that like a guy was right there in front of me that support Andrew Tate. No. Put him in the same cell as Diddy or R. Kelly. One of the two. Put them in there. Put them in there. They can be bitches together. Yes. Put them in there with Diddy. Hopefully Diddy don't get pardoned. You know, Donald Trump loves to pardon criminals that have money, right? Donald Trump has pardoned white collar criminals. I think it was the amount of like $72 billion or something like that of these criminals that he pardoned, these white collar criminals who don't have to pay restitution back to the states that they defrauded. That's crazy. If Donald Trump pardons Diddy, you know it's pay for play. Just like Bootsy's dumb tail. Bootsy Badass tried to get a felony gun charge dropped and dropped $600,000. I believe it was $600,000. Why? Why, Bootsy? You lost respect from me, man. I understand that you're trying to get your rap sheet clean, but Bootsy Badass just lost respect from me. I had respect for Bootsy until I found out this shit, because I don't respect any person that is trying to give this administration any kind of money for whatever reason. They're not getting any respect from me. They're not. I don't care who you are. If I find out that any person, you know, and this is my right to do, if I find out that any celebrity or any person that has money that gives to Trump's campaign, that gives money to get pardons, I no longer respect you. I will not support you in any type of way, form, or fashion. I will not. I don't. Rick Ross, he dropped a new CD. I ain't getting it. He released a new album, whatever. I saw it, swipe right past it, because I don't support that. Waka Flocka, I haven't listened to Waka Flocka. You know, if I'm out somewhere, they play the music. Oh well, they play the music. But Waka Flocka, I don't support him. Lil Wayne's had multiple CDs come out. He's dropped multiple albums out. I ain't touching Lil Wayne stuff. I stopped from like the Carter 4 or something like that before I found out that he was a Trump supporter. Snoop Dogg, he got music coming out. He's got movies coming out. I ain't watching them. I'm not supporting any particular person that is trying to do a pay for play, quid pro quo. Jill Brown, thank you for subscribing. Canada, elbows up, Canada, elbows up to Canada. I got a subscriber, elbows up all day, every day, baby. I'm not supporting anybody that gives to this terrible administration. Chili from TLC. Oh yeah, Rhonda, whatever her name is, Rhonda. Oh no. 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 You know that part, right? Target. I don't shop in Target. My wife and I, we don't go shop at Target. We are continuing the boycott of Target. Continuing the boycott. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I don't. It's hard to not go and get the things that you need. We definitely do support our Black communities and our Black shops and everything. We got hair stores that my wife goes to, Black owned. You know what I'm saying? When she goes to get her little nail stuff, she got that nail glue that I guess it's like super glue. I don't know what it is. It's like dang, it's like super max or something nail glue. She goes to get that from the Black owned nail stores. You know, we try to invest in our Black community and everything like that. Target, no, we're not shopping there. Hell, I haven't bought anything from Amazon. Unfortunately, I still have an Amazon account. I'm sorry. Amazon, you know, they are the conglomerate now when it comes to stuff. So if I can't get it at Walmart, I know I can get it from Amazon, and it usually comes here on the day or the day after. But I haven't shopped in Amazon in like months. I used to be an addicted shopper on Amazon. I used to get stuff like every week from Amazon. Well, let me rephrase that. Every couple of weeks, I would at least get something once a month from Amazon. I haven't shopped on Amazon in forever. I still have my Prime account because, of course, I'm not the only person that buys stuff, and I'm not going to tell my wife that she can't shop there. You know, I'll tell her, you know, hey, you do what you do. But for me personally, my dollars, they don't go to Amazon like that anymore. I refrain from spending my dollars on things, you know, or I scale back on how much I spend. My wife and I, we do cooking a lot. We don't go out to eat like we used to because we can't afford it. But let me get back on this Andrew Tate thing and stuff. Stop, young man, please come here. If you're watching me right now, please listen to me because I'm not going to steer you in the wrong direction. Young man, and young women too, y'all can hear me out on this as well. If you are under the age of 25 watching me right now, you are in the right spot. You got to be 18 though. You're in the right spot. Please stop listening to these people that's going to tell you that you're going to get rich or you're going to get control and you're going to control a man or woman. Please stop doing that. Let me help you out here. Let me help you out when it comes to just trying to find the best relationship that you can be. Trying to be the best person that you can be. It's okay to be rejected, for one. It's okay to be rejected. Just confident whenever you are, be confident whenever you are out there, you know, and you want to approach somebody. You know, be respectful. Young men don't need to go out there and try to control women and things like that. You know, don't be weird like Cavicula. Cavicula went to France and he was weird as I don't know what, going and approaching ladies and stuff in France. He was super weird when I watched that. I'm like, dude, Cavicula, this dude is a piece of shit as well. Don't be weird. Just approach them with respect. You know, learn how to dance. Women like a man that knows how to dance. So I got my wife. I got my wife because I could move. I was, you know, I've always been a muscular guy. I've always kept myself in shape. But take care of yourself mentally and physically. Take care of yourself and then learn how to talk to women. Women, learn how to talk to men. It's not always about the money. It is not. It's not always about how much money he has in his pocket. It's about where his mind is at. It's about where her mind is at as far as her goals in life. Is she a hard worker? Does she have a job? Does he have a job? You know, it's not about, oh, I need to control this woman and be top G. I get in my Bugatti or I get in my McLaren and we go out and I tell the girl, you're going to do what I say. That's not like that. It is not like that. You will be an unhappy person for all your life if you cannot, you know, do a better job in your communication. They say chivalry is dead when you listen to Andrew Tate. Stop listening to Nick Fuentes that ain't never been in between a woman's legs. Excuse me, ladies, not to be harsh here. Never been into a, you know, never had a relationship with a woman. Don't listen to these dudes. These are clowns. Myron Gaines is a clown. He's saying not to live with your girl and stuff. My wife, before we moved in together, before we started, you know, we were dating and everything, she came and lived with me in my apartment in the hood, Chalet Village in Louisville, Kentucky. Lively, Shively. Love that place. We had so much fun there. And she moved in with me. I didn't have a male roommate. I didn't have a guy in my crib. And it's about your boys, man. It's about your boys. Squash that. Me and my homeboys would still get out and go do things together, but it was about me and my lady, who is now my wife. We went through a lot in our relationship. We got here because of the love that we have for each other. You know what I'm saying? We've been through a lot. I was a little rough around the edges when it came to things, man. I was still immature, but it's not about, oh, you need to control the woman. When my girlfriend, when we first met and we started hanging out and she came to my apartment was clean because I'm a clean person. I like to stay clean. We hit it off very well. We started communicating. We fell in love. Here we are now. There is a way that you treat a woman out here, and that's with respect. But if you see a woman that don't respect herself, don't expect for her to respect you if she don't respect herself. Just like a man. You got to build your confidence up whenever you're speaking to people, but you also got to read people too. You don't have to be the Andrew Tates out here. You don't have to be the best looking dude out here. You don't have to be the 6'2" dude with muscles and everything out here to find a woman. You have to be respectful, take care of yourself, present yourself well, and boom, there you go. You don't have to be the finest looking dude out here to get a woman. If you can treat a woman right and she treats you right, then everything is all right, baby. Everything is all right. My wife and I are going on 17 years. It'll be 17 years in November of this year of being married, happily married. And I met my wife in the club. What did Usher say? Trying to find love in the club. Oh, in the club. Hey, in the club. Oh, see, hey, I'm old school, man. Shout out to Usher. If he ever says anything about Trump or supporting Trump, oh man, that's gonna be a dagger to the heart right there, because I'm an Usher fan. I am a big time Usher fan. I thank you guys for being on the channel, man. But young men, young women, just watch your circle of who you hang around with. Please do not listen to any of these people that are lying to you, trying to sell you on how to become rich. Read some books. Be smart with your money. Be smart. Invest in something that is going to yield something. You know what I'm saying? Be smart with your money. Save. Don't try to overspend. You get your paycheck and you're already thinking about what you need to spend, what you're going to do, this, that, and the other with your money. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's perfect when it comes to it. It is an ongoing struggle for the dollars. You know what I'm saying? But be responsible with your money. Be mindful of what you're doing. Don't go out here and eat all the time. We're trying to tell our 22-year-old son who's got a job, stop eating out all the time. Cook some dinner. My mother, I thank God for my mother, man. My mother taught me when I was 12 years old. She said, you are 12. You're going to start washing your own clothes. And we had a clothesline that I used to have to put them on. I couldn't stand putting on a clothesline. She would tell me, take the clothes out of the dryer, put them on a clothesline. She taught me how to cook things. I knew how to fry chicken at 13. Brother, man, love some chicken now. Love that fried chicken. I don't like watermelon though, so I don't fit the narrative. I don't fit that stereotypical racial narrative of watermelon and chicken for black people because I don't like watermelon. Listen to the racists out there. Fuck y'all. Anyways, my mother taught me how to cook. I know how to make chili. I know how to make tacos. I know how to bake food. I know how to make spaghetti. We have to start cooking at home because this cyclosporiasis or whatever is spreading like wildfire with people getting sick with explosive diarrhea thanks to the Trump administration. This stuff didn't happen under Biden, guys. There was not a measles outbreak under Biden, something that had been eradicated before Donald Trump and Robert Kennedy Jr. got in the office. This didn't happen. People were dying of massive flu cases, like the military soldier that lost their life in Texas. Military soldier lost their life in Texas because of flu. Lila and Ngake, I'm about to tear your name up. I'm sorry. Lila and Ngake. The Tates make money from abusing, beating, pimping vulnerable girls. Pay Poland $1 billion so England can't extradite it. Sell classes to teach others. Yeah, that's terrible. Like, who does that? That's terrible. That's some shitty ass stuff, man. Dudes that are paying for these classes are pieces of shit. They are weak-minded men. They are beta males. They are betas, straight up. The hell, if they want to give somebody some money, they can come holler at me and I'll teach them how to be a man. I'll teach them how to approach a woman. I met my wife in the club, right? So here, I'm going to tell you the story real quick, okay? All right, it was a Friday. I will never forget this day, man. It's like, it's here. It's going to be here for life. It was a Friday. Usually my boys, when we go out, we hit up Saturday is the day to go, back in the day. So this was in 2006. I wasn't in the mood to go. I wasn't in the mood to go out to the club. And my boy hits me up. It's just him. Usually whenever we go like 4 or 5 of us will go together. My boy hits me up, Friday night. And he was like, man, let's go out. I wasn't in the mood to go out. I was not in the mood to go out to the club that night. I was wanting to chill, in my apartment and just chill, smoke my Black and Milds like I did back in the day. So I'm like, nah, man, I don't feel like going out. He convinced me to go out that Friday night, okay? He convinced me to go out that Friday night. And we went out to this club that is no longer there. So sad. It's called Club O'Malley's. Now, this club had 4 different clubs. It had like a country area. It had like a hip hop area. It had like a mixed music area. And then it had an old school area where you can listen to like 70s, 80s, and 90s music back then. 60s as well. Like Dancing Queen. That was the old school. And then the country club, it was all kind of line dancing. I rarely was in there. I was rarely in the country club. Actually, only time we went in there is to ride the bull because they had a bull over there you could ride. So we're in this club and I wasn't feeling it, but I met my wife there. I saw her over. She was at this other club area because you go into one room. There's one club that's playing music. You got to go to another room. I walked halfway through the door and my boy was right behind me. And I see my wife. And it was like, you ever seen Dave Chappelle's Rick James saga? When he would talk about Rick James and he was talking about that aura and Rick James was doing this, give it to me, baby. And that was Dave Chappelle acting like Rick James. That's how I saw my wife, my now wife. I saw her and there was like this glow. There was this beautiful glow. And I was like, whoa, knocked me off my feet, man. I had a girl in the club at the time. There was a girl in the club that I was talking to. We weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, but we hung out a few times. That was on the other side of the club. So she wasn't my girlfriend. Yeah, you remember that episode, City Life? So yeah, it was my wife at the time was with her girlfriend and they was on the dance floor and I had tapped my boy. I said, you see her? He's like, yeah. I said, she is beautiful. And he was like, yeah, she is kind of cold. I said, that's gonna be my wife one day. So I'm watching her, scoping her and watching her. You when you're at the club, you find somebody that you're interested in, nice looking, whatever. My wife was beautiful. They go over to the bar. And I slide in over there to them, my boy right behind me. And I said, excuse me, ladies, can I get y'all a drink? And my now wife was like, oh no, I'm good. And her friend was like, oh yeah, you can get me a drink or whatever. So I got her friend a drink, but I was talking to her. So I approached both ladies and the one I was interested in, I offered to buy them both drinks. But the one I was interested in, I wanted to talk to her, which is my now wife. She's my now wife. So I started talking to her and I was like, oh yeah. So, my name is V. Actually, my name is Walt, but I said V, people call me V, my friends call me V. She's like, V. I was like, yeah, it was a lie. Sorry. That was a lie. I'm called Walt. That's what I'm called, not V. But that was a little, you know, yeah. I know. Don't fault me for it. So I started talking to her, and her friend was right next to my boy. He wasn't even interested in her because she wasn't cute. The other friend, sorry, she wasn't cute. And I asked her, I said, you know, hey, there's a song that came on. I said, you want to dance? And she said, no. And I said, what? Really? She said, no. I was like, why? You know, just playing around. I didn't say no, okay, and just walked off. I said, why? She's like, I don't like this song. And she said, I said, oh, okay, cool. I said, I tell you what. I said, you owe me a dance. Just, you know, spitting game. I'm spitting game. This is what you do. You don't grab the woman or anything. You spit game. This is how I spit game back in the day. Worked very well. So I said, you owe me a dance. I said, come find me, you know, or I'm gonna come find you sometime and maybe get that dance from you. And she's like, okay. So I go to the other side of the club, right? I go to the other side of the club and I'm dancing and everything. And I'm like, okay, it's getting boring over here. I go back to the other side where she was at, and she was dancing and stuff. And so I went over to her and I said, I'll take that dance now. So we started dancing. And then it was this guy that came behind her and started dancing and stuff. And I'm like, is this your dude or something? Is this your dude? She's like, no, these are just friends or whatever. I was like, well, this is awkward. I don't like being sandwiched from a dude. You know, here's what I don't like going to a club and dancing. If I'm dancing with a lady, I don't want another male sandwiching behind the person I'm dancing with. Unless she was a woman, you know what I'm saying? Not a dude. I don't want no dude. We're not sandwiching a woman. Now, if it was me and a woman and another woman, I'm okay with that. But, you know, I'm a guy. So, excuse me. So I'm like, is this your dude or something? She's like, no. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to tell this dude to get off because she knows them. I don't know him. So I said, all right. I tell you what, I'm going to go back over to the other side of the club. I want you to come and find me if you want another dance. So she comes over to the other side of the club, and I'm a dancer. I love to dance. So I was doing this dance battle because back then in the day, you would have dance battles with somebody else. That's how you used to do it back in the early 2000s. You would dance battle. You know, you going over there doing your thing. She sees me. She sees me dancing and cutting the rug. And she saw, you know, I got some moves I can do. I'm dancing pretty good for her because, you know, brother like to cut a rug every now and again. So the song's over with. She comes over and she's like, I didn't know you could do all that. I was like, yeah. I said, let me dance for you now. I danced for her like a stripper. Ooh, sold, baby, sold. Put the moves on her. Basically, I had to give her my number because she said she lost her phone. I'm like, you lost your phone? Yeah, right. So I gave her my number. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think she's gonna call me. I didn't think that this was going to go past what we did at the club with dancing. But she called me. She was a woman of her word. She called me. And guess what? She's my wife. We have 2 boys together. All because of me just being a gentleman, being respectful, you know, being able to dance. You know, learn how to dance, guys. You know, you don't have to be an Andrew Tate to get a woman. You know, a woman should love you for who you are and not for what money you make. Plain and simple. It shouldn't be that a woman should be loving you because you have money. Asmund Gold's an ugly dude, ugly as sin. And he's got some Asian girlfriend or whatever. Asmund Gold's dirty. I know that girl ain't in there. She's in there for the money, boy. She ain't in there for the looks. Oh, man. Anyways, guys, listen. I think I've been on here long enough for this I'm Pissed Saturday. I do thank you so much for being with me. If I missed anything today, I'm only human because there's so much to talk about. There's so much to talk about. Young man, learn to treat women respectfully. You shouldn't be an Andrew Tate out here to get attention. You shouldn't be a clavicular to get attention. You shouldn't be a Nick Fuentes or a Joe Rogan. Stop listening to Joe Rogan. Anyways, I'm going to get off here, guys. I thank you for being here with me. I'm going to check on the wife and see if she needs me to do anything. Thank you so much for being here. Please watch the videos and support the channel. Send this channel to everybody that you can, okay? Send this channel to everybody that you can. Please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, please, because it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. We need to get every single Republican out of office immediately, okay? In the meantime, please be safe. Protect your family. Protect your children. And again, we are the resistance. We're going to get Donald Trump knows that he's in trouble, guys. We got to continue to fight, okay? Thank you guys all for being here today. I love you. We are the resistance. I'm hoping for a blue wave. Protect yourself. Peace. Let me make sure I do the heart right. And love, guys. Peace.